Okay, hello, happy Tuesday. Let's just get right into it. Lantern Rite started today, so we're gonna go over there. I didn't want to teleport here yet because I wasn't sure if it would start as soon as I got there. So we'll load it up now and we'll get over there. I've heard though that today's activities are short, or whatever happens today. So if that's the case, then we'll continue with the other quest after I'm done with the Lantern Rite stuff. But we'll see when we get there. Because I might say that, but it could be incorrect information. I don't even know what the festivities are this year. If it's going to be similar to before or if it's something else. But let's go find out. Oh, hello, sir. It should be voiced.
Paimon votes we go say hi to Xiangling first.
Gee, I wonder why.
Huh? Xiangling? What a pleasant surprise meeting you here.
Oh, why the pleasure is all mine, as is the surprise, surely. It must be fate that brings us together in this place. How have you fared as of late?
Everything has been going great. Things have been going all right. We'll just say it's going great.
I sense you are older and wiser than the last time we met. It seems your travels continue to yield valuable insights.
Thank you, Zhongli.
You are too kind.
So, Xiangling, are you here to listen to stories over tea again?
I had originally planned to set out after this last round of tea. However, I had planned to take a walk to Qingce village and gather some nascent bamboo shoots, which are currently in season. A villager there once gave me a small sample, and they possessed a most excellent flavor.
Huh? Nascent bamboo shoots? Why can't you just use normal bamboo shoots instead? Wait, Paimon knows, because Zhongli prefers the finer things in life, right? Okay, Mr. Particular, let me guess. Ahem. The nascent bamboo shoot has a uniquely tender texture and a delicate sweet taste that its normal cousin cannot match.
An astute observation, Paimon. You know me well indeed.
What's happening with his nose right now?
Lantern Rite is almost upon
Did you
us,
see
but
that?
Besides
The
the
lighting
bamboo
was
shoots,
making it weird.
there are a few other items I have not yet procured from Director Hu's list. May I ask if you have already made arrangements for the days ahead?
Nope.
Well, we were planning to use the opportunity to say hi to some of our friends, but before we were able to figure out a schedule, we ran into you.
Well then, might I invite you to imagine the sheer delight that is a soup cooked with the freshest nascent bamboo shoots in all the land. Generous cuts of pork belly and crisp, fragrant bamboo shoots placed together in the pot and left to simmer slowly for half a day.
I've never had anything like it. I'm already drooling.
You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Paimon's onto your plan. You just want to hoodwink us into fetching your bamboo for you.
Why, I assure you, I would do no such thing. I merely wish to inform you of the freshest, most succulent and flavorful bamboo shoots one could ever hope to taste.
Ugh. Let's go, Traveler. Paimon's taste buds can't take it anymore.
Ready to go when you are.
Collecting a few bamboo shoots shouldn't take too long. Paimon has got to get her hands on some of that soup.
Such fine specimens are indeed well worth the excursion. Very well. I shall leave the bamboo shoots to you. Should you have the good fortune to find some, please share them with me as well.
See? See? Paimon knew he was just bamboozling us.
However, there is no need to rush. The streets of Lille will be bustling with visitors and filled with all manner of celebrations during the festive period. By all means, go wherever your interests lead you. The nascent bamboo shoots would be but a wonderful final touch to a most exceptional feast. What an honor it would be to savor them in the company of friends.
I understand. We will check in with you later at Wang Sheng Funeral Parlor.
We're heading out. Enjoy your walk, Young Lee.
Take care now, you two.
The Exquisite Night Chimes Part 1, 1,000 miles from an enigmatic tune. Just for reference, nascent means just coming into existence and beginning to display signs of future potential. So like young bamboo sprouts. Well, not shoots, but just like ones that have just grown but haven't fully grown yet. Okay, where are we going? Are we going to? Yes. Okay, we're going to go get the bamboo shoots. Thank you for putting the locations right by waypoints. I appreciate that. Because I don't like having to run all over the place.
Bamboo shoot.
Whoa, where are you going?
Bamboo shoot. Nascent bamboo shoot. Oh! This one's only just sprouted.
Two.
It looks super fresh. This
Yep.
should be enough. Let's head back.
Are there any regular ones, or maybe they won't spawn because...
Did you hear that?
Oh, hello, child.
For help. It's coming from over there.
A short and slender figure rescues the drowning man and brings him to shore.
Are you okay? Did any water go down the wrong pipe?
I think I'm okay now. Thank you so much.
That was scary. Well, at least you're all right. All thanks to your savior here. Oh, a little girl? Greetings, everyone. My name is Yao Yao. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Whoa, she's so well-mannered. My name's Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
Greetings.
I'm Dvorak, a musician from Fontaine. I came through Stone Gate intending to head towards Liyue Harbor, but then I became captivated by the beautiful scenery. And before long, I was completely lost. Just now, I was so mesmerized by the waterfall that I slipped and fell into the water. If it weren't for Miss Yao Yao's help, I shudder to think what might have happened.
It's all right, Mr. Dvorak. The splashing around the bottom of the waterfall means the stone path is always wet and slippy. You definitely have to be careful. Next time you're exploring an unfamiliar environment, try to focus on what's right in front of you. Don't let your mind wander. As long as you watch your step, accidents like this won't happen anymore.
Yes, ma'am. I understand. I'll remember to be more careful next time.
Somebody's hungry.
Are you hungry, sir?
Oh, I'll be fine.
Please, sir, it's quite all right. I was born and raised here in Liyue. It's only natural for me to extend my hospitality to any guests who are passing through. I expect you still have quite a long journey ahead of you. It's very important to keep your energy levels up. I still have some lotus flower crisps left in my backpack. Why don't we split them between the four of us? Aw, what a thoughtful kid! She even has some for Paimon! You're welcome.
Everyone savors some delicious lotus flower crisps as they enjoy the scenery.
So tasty. If only there were more.
More? You already had the sumpter beast share.
Having a healthy appetite is a good thing. It means Paimon's still growing. If I'd known I was going to run into you, I would have made a second batch. Hope you're taking notes, Traveler. This is how you treat your Paimon. What do you think, sir? Are Liyue's snacks to your taste? I wonder if they're not sweet enough.
No, they're perfect. When I was traveling through Mondstadt, I had a chance to try one of their moon pies. It had a meat filling, unlike these crisps. But apart from that, it seems like they follow a similar cooking process. Both are delicious in their own way. As for Fontaine's cooking, though, it's been a long time since I've had a taste of home.
Sounds like you spend a lot of time on the road, huh?
I do. It's part of my job. I'm one of the main organizers of the Iridescence Tour.
Iridescence tour?
That sounds somewhat familiar.
The Iridescence Tour is one of the biggest music festivals in Fontaine. We're looking to expand, though. Our aim is to hold a festival in every nation. At least, all the main organizers share this goal. Unfortunately, it's a long story, so I'll spare you the details. But anyway, so the main reason I'm traveling all around Tavad is to promote our music festivals. But I have some personal reasons, too.
Well, what are they? Just tell us already.
Let me see. Well, to explain it in full, I'd have to start with a story from my ancestors. I don't want to take up too much of your time.
Oh, I love listening to stories. We want to hear it too.
Okay, then I'll start from the beginning. The story goes that my ancestor, who was also a traveler, once slipped and fell into a lake during his travels. As he was sinking and gasping for breath, he heard a wondrous tune in the air. They say it was the most beautiful, moving melody he had ever heard. Even in that life and death moment, the ethereal music seized his full attention and almost made him forget the fact that he was drowning. When he finally came to, he found that he had already been brought ashore. Not too far from him stood an unfamiliar woman with an almost divine aura. Once she saw that he was no longer in danger, she left without a word. My ancestor tried to run after her to give his thanks, but although a mere dozen paces separated them, no matter how quickly he gave chase, he drew no closer and remained a dozen paces behind.
Very
In the end, all he
mysterious.
could do was to bow in thanks to the woman as he watched her walk away towards the rivers and mountains in the distance, before at last he turned around and made his way home. Once he returned to Fontaine, he began to learn an instrument so that he could spread his story far and wide, just like the bards. After generations of retelling, embellishing, and dramatizing, people have come to think of that lady as something like a fairy. The story's become something of a local legend in Fontaine. It's called the Lady Overlooking the Lake. People now say that if you go down to the lakeside and play an instrument, so long as you play a pleasing melody, you will hear a fairy lady who is hiding out of sight, playing along with you.
Wow.
So is that who he's looking for? It's a nice legend. At its heart is a true story.
Exactly. It may just be a legend to others, but for me, it's a real part of my family history. I wanted to find out the truth of this tale. So I decided to retrace my ancestors' steps and search for that lady's modern-day descendants. Of course, there's no way of knowing where my ancestor fell into the lake all those years ago. So I always knew that the search would be akin to looking for a needle in a haystack. I've spent many years on the road now, and I'm nowhere near as fit as I was in my youth. The wish that I've spent half my life chasing after has now become something of an obsession.
Well, I haven't lived half of my life yet, but still, I understand how you must feel. I meant too! It's like, imagine if you saved the center of a lotus flower crisp, which is the best part, by the way, because you wanted to eat it another day, but then suddenly, sploosh! It falls into the water, never to be seen again!
Unsurprisingly, a
I
food
know
analogy.
Caitlin remember that for the rest of her life.
There's no need to feel sorry for me.
I guess I would
I've
be
made
sad
some
if my food
progress
fell
over
in the
the
water,
years.
though.
For example, I've concluded that the story must have taken place in Liyue.
Oh, so you finally found a lead?
Yes, in fact, that's an intriguing story in and of itself. I'd always known that Mondstadt is the city of song and freedom, but more recently, I heard that the Animal Archon returned to Mondstadt for a festival in the fall, and learned that he himself is a patron deity of music. So I
Yes.
prayed for the Animal Archon's guidance in the Mondstadt Cathedral, and as soon as I set foot back outside the front gate, I noticed a cluster of leaves being blown in the wind further and further west, towards Stone Gate. A friendly local told me that this meant the wind was guiding me in the direction of Liyue, so I followed their advice and made my way here.
That settles it then. It was Liyue.
Right? You get it. I knew I'd find someone that agrees with me eventually.
Well, it kind of helps that we know the
It
animal Archon.
sounds a bit too much like one of those fake legends told by those treasure hoarder guys to scam gullible grannies from Chingsa village. Rex Lapis has returned to the world. Just give me some incense and a little mora towards the travel fees, and I will pass your gift on to the Lord of Geo and ask him to keep you and your family safe and well. And so on and so on. Don't worry, Yao Yao. We have a lot of experience with deciphering omens and stuff.
Something like that, I guess.
Anyway, you only got scammed if you handed over Mora, right?
Actually, to express my gratitude, I did spend rather a lot of mora on several bottles of fine wine, which I left at the statues of
Oh,
the
dear.
Seven along the way.
Oh dear.
I just said that.
Well, how about this, ladies and gentlemen? Why don't I bring you all to Yujing Terrace to see Miss Ganyu? I don't know very many people, so I can't help you out much. But Miss Ganyu and the Qixing know just about everything. If you've been scammed, they'll help you get your Mora back. And if the wind was telling the truth, and you want to keep looking for that lady's family, they'll be the best people to ask.
That does sound like a good idea.
But you've already helped me so much.
Well, I was gonna take some new medicinal herbs and plants I picked to Miss Ganyu anyway, so it's no trouble at all. You know what? It's been a minute since we saw Ganyu too. It should be nice to pay her a visit before Lantern, right?
Then let's get moving.
All right. Well, my sincere thanks to you all. I will never forget your kindness.
Yeah, well,
Okay,
I haven't
everyone.
seen her in a long
Follow
time
me.
because she won't come home when I
I'll be
wish
in
for her.
charge. Remember to watch where you're going, okay? Uh-oh. Paimon's out of a job. Oh well. Paimon will just be a cheerleader instead.
That's usually what you are anyway. Okay. Go. Wait, we're going back to Liyue Harbor? What are we doing? Oh, okay. I guess we're going back here now. Let's see if we can find who we're looking for then. Wish the weather was better, though. A lot of people like thunderstorms, but I just like the rain part. I don't like the thunder and lightning part. I don't know if that's weird or... Anyway, we're here.
Liyue Harbor looks very different from when I came last.
How so?
It's almost as if I'm listening to the same melody, but with a richer timbre and new variations added.
Well, we are here during Lantern Rite after all. It only comes once a year, so they always have a big celebration. It's fair to say that this time of year is when Liyue Harbor looks the prettiest.
Great. Let's go and check it out. I can't wait to get into the city and see it all up close for myself.
Of course. Everything looks neat during a festival.
The streets are breathtaking. Smiles and laughter everywhere I look.
You coming?
It's contagious. I can almost feel the music in the air. I have the urge to start waving my conductor's baton.
Come on, let's go.
I'm glad that you're enjoying the city.
Hey everyone! Fancy meeting you all here. What a nice surprise.
Hello, Xinyan. Let me introduce some new friends. They are
Oh, we know her.
And Mr. Dvorak, right? I've known them all for quite a while.
So you already know each other.
When I was last here to advertise a Liyue stop for the Iridescence tour, Xinyan was one of the few people willing to give me the time of day.
Feels
That
like
doesn't
I've been
sound too
chasing
off
this
the mark.
Iridescence tour bandwagon halfway around the world, but I keep getting stood up. What's going on, Mr. Dvorak?
I'm so sorry, Xinyan. We've had a string of terrible luck recently, and every time we've tried to put on a show, something or other has come up to stop our plans from materializing.
Is that right? I guess it can't be helped. So, what brings you to Liyue Harbor at this time of year anyway? Thinking of putting on a music festival during the Lantern Rite celebrations?
A Lantern Rite music festival? Yes, please!
No, I'm actually here on personal business this time.
Oh, so no Lantern Rite music festival?
I mean, that's not just up to me. Hosting a music festival takes a lot of funding and personnel. Moreover, I've never worked with the Liyue authorities before. Even if I were to start putting something together right now, I think it'd be too rushed.
Wait, but we're going to meet the Liyue Qixing, aren't we? And they're the ones in charge. Uh-huh, that's right. Miss Keqing and Miss Ningguang can make anything happen.
This is true.
What?
This is the perfect opportunity! Well, sure, it might not work out, but it can't hurt to bring it up as a suggestion.
A Lantern Rite music festival would be something different. A Lantern Rite music festival would be a huge hit. I think so.
That's the spirit! See, even the Traveler agrees with me. Mr. Dvorak, don't let yourself be put off by the fact that a few things haven't worked out recently. As for the performers, I can put you in touch with some local artists. My friend Yunjin is a well-known opera singer in Liyue. With her support and a commissioned song from the Yunhan Opera Troupe, we should be able to get something going.
Well, what about you, Xinyan? Are you just going to sit this one out?
What do you take me for? If we actually manage to make the Iridescence Tour Lantern Rite Grand Concert a reality, you think I'd let anyone else perform the opening act?
Of course not.
Wow! There's that rock and roll spirit!
What do you say, Mr. Dvorak?
Why are you still apprehensive?
Okay. I'll give it a shot. But the opening act is not something to be chosen lightly, Xinyan. I will judge your work by the strictest of standards, so please make sure you are fully prepared.
Oh, she will be. No need to worry about that.
Kidding? I thought you'd never ask. Whew, guess my shopping time's getting cut short. I'm gonna head back right away and start working on this. Yao Yao, if you run into your senior on the way to the Qixing, please send her my regards.
Okay, I promise I will. Good luck with your music, Xinyan. You've got this, Xinyan!
Okay, are we heading to Jade Chamber next then?
The senior of yours, Xinyan,
Oh, not quite.
mentioned just now. Is that anyone we know? Yes, it's Xiangling. She's mentioned you two before. Xiangling's always thinking about cooking. Whenever she gets scrapes or burns, she just leaves them to heal by themselves. She definitely needs someone around her to look after her. I know you must have looked out for her a lot too in the time you've known her. So, thank you for that.
Wait, where am I going? Up. Oh no, I gotta go over there. I think. I don't know what I'm doing. Don't mind me. I'll figure it out eventually.
Time to go.
I think I'm supposed to go up here. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, up here. Where are you?
Oh, it's Master! Is it okay if I go and say hi to her?
Oh, calm down now, dear. I'm not about to run off anywhere. Not a bundle of energy like you.
I haven't seen you in days, Master. I've missed you.
Aw.
Oh, bless you, Yao Yao. You do say the sweetest things. Ah, look who it is. Visiting friends during the lantern rite, are we?
Greetings, Madame Ping.
You're half right, Madam Ping. We were also trying to help out Mr. Dvorak over here. We were on our way to take him to see the Qixing.
Hello, ma'am. I am a musician from Fontaine and an organizer of the Iridescence Tour. I don't suppose you've heard of it.
Master! The Iridescence Tour is a super famous music festival.
Oh, an old lady like me wouldn't know much about that sort of thing. A music festival, you say? It sounds terribly exciting.
If we could add some musical elements to Lantern Rite, if we could organize a Lantern Rite musical festival, I guess it doesn't matter which one.
Madam Ping, how would you feel about that? You're an elder of Liyue, and you know all about Liyue's cultural traditions. Hearing your thoughts would definitely help us figure out how best to approach it. For example, do you think it might be a bit too modern, or is there any other issue?
Why, not at all. Music pays homage to history and culture, and it can also be a bridge between different civilizations. Times change, and the music enjoyed by the youngsters of today is no doubt very different from the tunes I was accustomed to in my youth. Nevertheless, all fine things in life can be appreciated. And so, I look forward to it immensely.
Hear, hear. I do believe that, my own dear grandmother aside, you are the wisest old lady I've ever met.
Aw, that's
Goodness
nice.
gracious, you're all being suspiciously sweet today. Yao Yao, whatever have you been feeding them?
Master, you're in such a great mood today. You're even cracking jokes with the rest of us.
Oh, well, I'm sure you must have plenty to be getting on with. Yes? Run along now. Don't let me hold you up.
Thanks, Madam Ping. We'll see you again soon.
We're just gonna keep moving up. Oh, I'm going to steal some flowers first. Do I need them? Probably not. Are they free and am I going to take them? Yes. Okay, just take this one or you're gonna get distracted by everything. Okay, we're coming. I see you up there. You can't hide from me. Boop. Hi, friend.
And when you meet with the Ministry of Civil Affairs, please remind them that the festivities are not an excuse to procrastinate their work.
Understood, Miss Ganyu. I'll take my leave now.
Ganyu!
What brings you here, Yao Yao?
I've brought all the medicine you asked me to pick for you. Oh, and here's a pack of sweet flower seeds as well. Also, these dried chingshin leaves make a great pot of tea that's very good for you. I know you've had a lot to deal with at work recently, but you shouldn't push yourself too hard. If you're not careful, you'll end up falling asleep in the grass again.
Oh dear.
This is weird. It's like a responsible younger sister talking to their disorganized older sister.
Paimon, you're running your mouth again. Don't listen to Paimon.
Thank you, but Paimon's criticism is quite valid. I do have a tendency to neglect matters outside of work, and that's something I should improve on. Oh, my apologies. I don't believe we've been introduced.
Paimon will do the honors.
Paimon tells Ganyu all about Mr. Dvorak from how you met. She just told her everything.
What's wrong? Did Paimon go over everything a bit too fast? It's definitely an ambitious plan. If there's anything you didn't quite catch, Paimon's more than happy to go over it again.
It may be a little difficult to make this happen.
Oh?
Well, The Lantern Rite is the most important festival of the year. Our celebrations must not only be visually spectacular, but also appeal to the tastes of Liyue citizens from all walks of life. The Iridescence Tour is relatively unknown in Liyue. It's difficult to predict how a brand new show will be received. It would be quite risky for us to bet everything on this one music festival.
You won't know unless you try, though.
All very valid points. I completely understand.
Therefore, we will not replace or cancel any of our pre-existing program. However, I will submit a proposal requesting to put the Iridescence Tour special performance as the final act of this year's festivities.
There we
Live
go.
music will certainly add to the festive atmosphere on the night of the Lantern Rite. As for the venue, let's reserve a space at the docks.
So we're not stealing anyone's thunder, but we will end the night on a high note.
Yes, my thoughts precisely.
That sounds
now,
fair.
I just need to take some time to give this proposal some polish. As long as I clearly lay out the pros and cons, and highlight the key points of the proposal, given that Ping and the Traveler have both given the idea their blessing, I'm confident that Qixing will be sure to give it serious consideration. Mr. Dvorak, I will need to discuss with you the number of musicians who will be coming to Liyue, as well as their catering and accommodation requirements.
Oh, yes, certainly. Let's step to the side and discuss further.
All right. The plan has been set in motion.
As soon as there's work to do, Ganyu's as diligent as ever. I couldn't agree more. Master once said that everyone has things that they are good at and things that they are less good at. So, with that in mind, Ganyu shouldn't feel compelled to become perfect at absolutely everything. I'm good at taking
Yeah,
care
but
of people, so that can be left to me.
she's hard on herself.
Wow. Hey, Yo-Yo, can you take care of Paimon too? Paimon's getting hungry again.
Paimon, you're trying to freeload again.
I'm afraid my backpack's empty now, but if you let me know what you like, I can bring you some of your favorite dishes next time we meet. Apart from lotus flower crisps, what else do you like? Anything sweet, and anything that's made from slimes.
Okay, Paimon.
Here's what I've drafted so far. Anything else you want to add?
No, this is excellent. I'm racking my brains, but I don't think you've missed a single thing.
Perfect. Then we'll leave it as is. I'll go make an official copy. Oh, perfect timing. We were just wrapping up our discussion here.
That was quick.
Not at all. Every second counts for a complex proposal such as this. I will inform the Qixing of this development immediately. Please give me a moment to pass on the message.
Of course.
Yao Yao, thank you for bringing my herbs. I will make sure to take them.
Remember to make tea from them first, Ganyu. You mustn't just chew them raw.
I will.
Like an animal.
Okay, I should be getting back. If Yo-Yo stays out for too long, Mom and Dad will be worried sick. Everyone, I'm sure that the music festival will go off without a hitch, so don't worry. And in case I don't see you before, I wish you all a very happy Lantern Rite.
I have a feeling
Thank
we'll see you
Yao
again.
Yao. Happy Lantern Rite to you, too.
We should go get dinner together sometime.
All right. Stay put and wait 2 hours. Luckily, we don't have to wait 2 hours. Well, wait, what time is it? We need 18. Okay, 2 hours. We don't need to talk about how fast that was. After a short wait, Ketching and Ganyu arrive at the square.
Greetings, Traveler, Paimon, and Mr. Dvorak. Call me Kuching. Ganyu has brought me up to speed on everything. I'll get straight to the point. The Qixing have approved Ganyu's proposal. Over the next few days, I will be working with Mr. Dvorak on behalf of the Qixing to facilitate the organization of this concert.
Yay!
That's awesome!
Unbelievably efficient. Ketching strikes again.
Please. The Qixing have a duty to deal with matters such as these. We have merely moved things forward to the next step.
more personal note, I am an avid supporter of all things new and innovative. As such, it is my privilege to work with you on this exciting project.
Thank you so much, Kuching. I'd become quite discouraged after our recent failures and was expecting the same outcome once again, so I didn't dare to get my hopes up.
Everyone likes music.
Never in my wildest dreams could I have imagined this going so smoothly. It's like a dream come true. Right. Time for me to call in the performers. To stage a concert at a high-profile event like this is a rare opportunity. We'll make sure it's a night to remember.
Yes! Our music band's finally getting fired up!
Yes, indeed. I know exactly what I'm doing from here. For a musician, music will always be the language they are most fluent in.
What about your ancestor? What about that fairy lady?
Oh, that. Well, that can wait for another time.
Oh. Ganyu? What's
Ganyu
wrong?
knows something.
They told me all about Mr. Dvorak's situation, but I was so engrossed in drafting the proposal that I forgot all about it.
Oh, that's quite all right. I don't even know what the person I'm trying to find looks like, so it was always going to be a long shot. Don't worry about me, Ganyu. Your time and energy are needed elsewhere. I'm sure you already have plenty to deal with between this concert and everything else going on during the Lantern Rite.
Thanks. It was just that I had a few initial thoughts when I heard your story. For instance, I wonder if this lady your ancestor met might have been an Adeptus. What do you think?
It's definitely possible, or we don't have enough information yet. I think it's
To tell
possible.
you the truth, Mr. Dvorak, I am somewhat related to the Adepti myself. I am part human and part Qilin. The Qilin is an illuminated beast. I know how important your quest to get in touch with your roots must be to you, because I've been there myself before, trying to find out where I belonged.
Did you say the Adepti? And you're illuminated beast? Part Qilin? Are you telling me all the rumors of the Liyue Adepti are real? So it's not just artistic license?
Nope.
You bet they're real! Trying to track them down is tough, though. Like Julian Karst himself. There's nothing specifically stopping you from going there, but getting in and out of there is quite an ordeal.
Considering we've been there.
Yes. Anyway, if you're looking to uncover a lost melody or shine light on a forgotten aspect of Liyue's cultural history, I'm probably not the best person to ask. But if it's a person you're looking for, then I just might be able to help.
Ganyu to the rescue again.
I see. I think I understand the situation now. In that case, Ganyu, shall we divide the work between us?
Yes, that was also my thought.
Great. So Mr. Dvorak and I will concentrate on things here in the city to make sure the concert goes according to plan. In the meantime, Ganyu will reach out to our network and try to find the person he's looking for. How's your workload at the moment? Will you be able to make time?
I can probably get through everything in 2 days, as long as I don't sleep.
Just a
Wait,
minor
what do you
detail.
mean, as long as I don't sleep? Even for someone with illuminated beast blood in their veins, working for such an extended period without a break will take its toll on your health.
Somehow that does not sound persuasive coming from Kuching.
I was just gonna say, she's just as
Be it but
bad.
3 moons from the start. He who returns is not he that departs. Even I know the importance of maintaining a healthy work-life balance.
Do you?
In that case, 3 days.
All right, I can work with that.
If you have the time, would you join me for this search?
Of course.
You're well known to many of the Adepti and respected among the people. I'll feel much more at ease with your company.
Of course.
Okay, then let's meet back here in 3 days.
Okay. Do I have to skip 3 days, or do I have to wait?
Mr. Dvorak, we'll get to the bottom of this.
You're all so helpful and kind. I just...
Just think. Imagine if we found the Adeptus lady, or one of her descendants, and got them to come to the performance. Wouldn't that be amazing? It'd be such a happy reunion. And that's exactly what this festival's all about.
I'm sure the wind that guided you here feels the same way.
You're right. Okay, I'm gonna pull out all the stops to make this Lantern Rite a true extravaganza.
We should probably get going. Mr. Dvorak, could you come with me to confirm the site?
Ooh, we're coming too.
was wondering, what are your thoughts on music? What does it mean to you?
Music sounds nice?
Truth be told, the question of what music means to people is one that I've been pondering for quite some time. Let's revisit this question after the concert.
That sounds like a good idea. There's lots to get ready first. Here we are.
Lady Yuhong?
Baiwen, what is it?
Per Lady Ningguang's orders, I've been gathering intelligence outside of the city with the goal of uncovering and dispatching any trouble ahead of the festival.
Oh dear.
I am told that a strange melody was heard somewhere along the coast. I was wary of investigating further on my own, so I was just on my way to report this incident to Lady Ningguang. But I'm worried that if we don't act right away, we may miss the window of opportunity to take appropriate action.
A mysterious
I
melody,
understand.
huh?
In that case,
Let us handle this one.
Yeah, Kuching, you're busy enough as it is. There's a ton of different things in the city that needs your attention. Leave it to us. Don't worry. Whatever it is, we'll definitely be able to handle it. Well, she will handle it.
With
Yep.
the traveler on the case, it's as good as dealt with.
Thank you, thank you.
This will be a great help. I will inform Lady Ningguang about the situation. Once it's resolved, please come and find me again at Yujing Terrace and let me know.
Okay.
And say hi to Ningguang for us.
you have my thanks too. Stay safe and come back as soon as you're finished.
Good luck.
Alright, let's figure this out then. Go to the place Baiwen mentioned. Is it far? Is there a... Oh, we'll take the statue. That'll work. Before we go... Not that I think anything nefarious is going on. It's more like since we're here. Excuse me, let me steal your vegetables. Thank you. Alright, let's see what we can find out. Wait. Mushroom. Alright. Let's see here.
Byron said this strange tomb is coming from around here, right? But Byron doesn't hear anything. There doesn't seem to be a soul in...
I was just wondering who in their right mind would come out to a place
Oh.
like this.
Hello, madam.
So, it's you two.
Yeon! How'd you sneak up on us like that? You nearly gave Paimon a heart attack.
You look pretty alive to me. Can't have spooked you that bad.
Fair enough.
Know anything about the strange music?
Ah, you're here for that too? Saves me a bit of explaining.
Okay.
Come with me. I've already reconned the perimeter, so we should be safe.
Yes, ma'am. Investigate clues. Okay. Clue. Examine door.
The doors and windows are all fine, so there definitely wasn't a break-in.
Investigate trail.
The stuff by the door is in pretty good condition, though. It can't have been too long ago that someone was last living here.
Have I not done anything with these ever? Hang on. Because I'm going to forget about them. Huh. Well then. Pardon me. Okay, where's the other clue? The window. I said examine window, please. Thank you.
This place is completely empty. There's nothing valuable left here at all.
Talk to Yelan. Okay.
How strange. It looks like it's been looted. it except for the fact that there's no sign of a struggle.
So someone just
That
up and
door
left?
sneaked in while the owner was gone, but then how do you explain why the door and windows are intact?
Seems you've done a pretty thorough inspection. So, any theories on what might have happened here?
Yaylon, you didn't hide some of the evidence from us on purpose, did you?
Why would I make this more difficult for you? We're on the same side here.
Okay, well, Paimon gives up then. Paimon's got nothing.
You never
What
have
about you?
anything.
Give up as well?
It's difficult to theorize with so little evidence. It must have something to do with that
Your
melody.
instincts are pretty good. Or perhaps it's not instinct. The strange melody is one of the few pieces of information you have available, after all. Let me share a folk story with you. A long time ago, there used to be a group of bandits in the Liyue countryside who would sound a horn every time they were about to raid a village. But it wasn't a rallying cry to rouse their fellow men. It was a disconcerting tune, meant to intimidate the weak and warn them of their impending doom. To escape with their lives, the villagers would abandon their homes and flee overnight, taking only their most valuable belongings with them. Everything else was left behind. The bandits were eventually brought to justice, but the fear and trauma remained in the villagers' hearts. Whenever they heard that melody, they would feel like their lives were in danger once again, and flee immediately. The culprit of this crime exploited that very fear to get access to this house without having to force their way in.
That's quite the story.
The victims obviously will have gotten quite a fright, but at least they won't be in any great danger. The important thing now is to find this copycat criminal.
If we use elemental sight, we could follow their
On
tracks.
any other day, that'd probably be a good idea. Unfortunately, it's not gonna work today.
No?
Take a look around and you'll see what I mean. This criminal is clearly well-versed both in using music to commit crimes and in making a clean getaway. Not only did they stay off the muddy road to avoid leaving footprints, it looks like they were also careful not to bring any gadgets with so much as a trace of elemental energy. Evidently, they were intent on keeping even the most experienced investigators off their trail. Unfortunately for them, I'm one of the best trackers in the business. They're not about to get away with their little scheme on my watch.
So basically, if we want to find the culprit, we just need to follow Yaylon.
Something tells me it's not going to be that easy. But maybe I'm wrong.
As long as you can keep up. Since the culprit's trying to be cautious and low risk, I'll bet they left through an area with some vegetation for cover, but not so much that it would slow them down.
Interesting. Where is she? Over here. I'm coming. Jeez, why are you so fast?
Here, look at this.
Look at what?
These tracks are superficial, but they definitely didn't occur naturally. Something heavy was being dragged this way, meaning we're headed in the right direction.
Oop. She left without me.
Their pace is increased. Normally, people carrying a
Sorry,
heavy
I'm trying
load
to do
slow
two things
down
at
as
once.
their
It's
journey
not
goes
working.
on and they start to tire. Whatever's motivating them to speed up must be psychological. For instance, reaching the home stretch.
All right. I'm coming. I won't run into a rock this time.
There they are! Look! A treasure hoarder tent! Not the treasure hoarders again! It's so close to Lantern Rite, too! 'Tis not the season for their antics!
Come on, let's round them up.
Yeah, they're always trying something. That's not surprising. nobody here. I guess I'll just take your stuff then. It's mine now. What are you up to, sir?
Hey, who are you? Where did you come from?
Where did you come from?
The evidence is conclusive. Okay, confess and we'll go easy on you. My patience is running low, so why don't you do us both a favor,
You kidding me? You think I'm scared of you?
Yes.
Perhaps not, but you should be.
Oh, okay. This is just a character trial?
Take it easy.
I'm not exactly well versed in how to use her.
I'll talk after all. There's no going back now.
But it looks like it doesn't really matter. Hey, rude. No kicking.
Mercy! Have mercy!
Now?
It's a little late for that. I've come this far, I might as well finish the job.
I surrender! I surrender, please! I'll do whatever you say. Please have mercy.
Tell us everything. You have one chance, and I'm warning you. Don't make me ask twice.
I won't, I swear. So Lantern Rite's nearly here, and like a lot of people, I wanted to buy a few nice things. I know I'm with the treasure hoarders and everything, but I don't really have any kind of experience with robbing people and whatnot. So I don't have the guts to break into somebody's house.
Wow, you're really going to complain to us about that?
No, not at all. I'm just telling it how it is.
Okay, continue.
I racked my brains trying to think of what I could do. And eventually, I remembered something from back when I was a kid. The bandits would blow their horn, and my grandma would grab us kids and run. I remember the tune, so I figured I'd try it for myself. I mean, just to see what would happen. At first, anyway, I seriously didn't expect that family to pack up and leave. But they did, and they just left all their stuff right there for the taking. It was too easy. I couldn't resist. It was completely wrong of me. I know that now. I'll return everything that I took. It's all still in perfect condition, and it'll be like it was never gone. Please, give me a chance, huh? Let me make it right.
Give you a chance, huh? Sounds to me like you'd rather strike some kind of a deal than spend Lantern Rite behind bars.
Yes? Yes?
It's like that's what I was saying.
Bargain, I'll give you that. It's just a pity that you didn't confess at the first opportunity. You'll have to take a walk with me. Once we've returned the goods, we'll find the owner of the house, and you can apologize to them in person. After that, I'll escort you to the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, as a former victim of this kind of crime yourself, I doubt anyone understands the fear you inflicted quite as well as you do. Does your greed matter more to you than your fear? More to the point, if you can play a tune from memory, don't you think you should be capable of making an honest living?
You mean...
Oh. I was just thinking what the point of this was.
That's enough hints for you. You'll have plenty of time to reflect on all of this yourself. There's not much left to wrap up, so I'll take it from here. Guess this is where I'll say goodbye.
Sure. Well done, Yelan.
What is it? Is there something else?
I'm still not sure how you first got your hands on this information. So play it safe when you get back. Don't mention to anyone that you ran into me out here.
Okay.
You helped a lot with the investigation and arrest anyway, so it's perfectly fair for you to get all the credit. Just take it. It works better for me, too. See you when I see you.
Okay.
And happy Lantern Rite.
Yelan's such a pro at this. With her taking it from here, it's as good as resolved. Whoosh! Random event, a strange melody, complete. Although, it's kind of a shame that we never got that treasure hoarder guy to play the melody again.
Why is it a shame? I'm quite curious myself.
Right? How could anyone not be? When we were chatting with Mr. Dvorak, music seemed like such a positive thing. And most music is, right? It can help us relax, feel all warm and fuzzy, recall happy memories, or even just think happy thoughts. Paimon never imagined that music could be used to commit crimes.
It just comes down to the ill will of a user. Their bad deeds influence the emotions associated with the music.
Oh, really? Huh. Makes sense. Paimon's musical understanding improves again. Well, anyway, now that everything's resolved, let's get back to Liyue Harbor. Byron's still waiting for us with our random event rewards.
Yes, of course. Let me just collect this really fast. Well, this was longer than I was led to believe. Not that that's a bad thing, it's just an observation. No time for idle animations. We've got news to report. Whee! We're done.
Byron, we're back! Everything's all sorted.
That's great news. Oh, please wait here a moment if you would be so kind. Lady Ningguang instructed me to advise her upon your return.
Oh. Baiwen hurries off.
My greetings to both of you. Long time no see.
Happy
No
Lantern
need to
Rite.
be so formal with us, Ningguang. We've known each other for a long time now. You must be super busy with all the preparations for Lantern Rite. Don't mind us.
On the contrary, I think it is those that I have known longest to whom I should extend the greatest courtesies. Alas, on a different day, I would invite both of you inside for some tea and a brief respite from your travels. But you're quite right. Trivial matters aside, there's no escaping the fact that we have a grand concert to organize. Once the performance itself is over, we'll then need to invite the representatives of the Iridescence Tour for a discussion on future collaboration opportunities. The financing arrangements alone could well entail many rounds of discussion.
We understand you're
Simply
busy.
put, there will always be work to do.
Whoa. You're already thinking that far ahead?
Well, we can discuss more current affairs if you'd prefer. I trust you saw this year's Mingxiao lantern at the docks when you arrived at the city?
Maybe?
Yeah, it looked like a goose. Which Adeptus is it modeled on this time?
Sea Gazer. I believe you're familiar with the name. Legend holds that he was free-spirited and easygoing. People described him as a cheerful soul and a loyal friend.
I remember, or it's been too long, I can't seem to recall.
On
I
this
remember.
marvelous lantern rite, we pray that the fallen heroes may be guided home. If the sound of music can flow like the rivers and streams into every corner of the land, perhaps the souls of those who have gone before us will hear the song of a new era. I wonder whether the melodies will be to their liking.
Oh, you're gonna love them. Paimon's sure of it. At least, if the guy you mentioned is anything to go by, the Adepti and heroes of the past sound like a positive and free-spirited, cheerful bunch. They're sure to be open to new music.
Maybe?
Well, let's hope so. I heard that you'll be going on a search with Ganyu to find the descendants of a fairy lady from a Fontaine legend.
Do you know
I'm
something?
sure this quest to uncover the truth behind an ancient story will turn into a most charming tale. Do share it with me, won't you? I couldn't bear to miss out.
Absolutely. Okay. Looks like that's it for right now. Well, for that anyway. What do I do? Are these quests? Yes. During Lantern Rite, Jan, a recruiter for the Adventurers Guild, is eagerly rubbing her hands together in anticipation for an interesting event. Let's go then. No, we'll go this way. We're coming. Hello, madam. How can I assist you? Hey, happy lantern rite, esteemed ones. You guys have been having fun? How about going on a special adventure with me? Wow, you called us esteemed ones? Such a great attitude. Recently, we've been having a lot of fun, but why is Oh, you guys are extremely diligent adventurers, so I'm sure we bumped into each other at some point. I'm Chan Chan. I usually hang out with the Fayon around the Fayon slope, looking to recruit new people into the Adventurers Guild. Everyone and their cats and dogs passing by here have probably heard my voice. You do look a bit familiar. Yes, it means my efforts were noticed by you guys. All the more reason for you to experience my masterpiece. At this point, of course we'll lend you a hand. Can you tell us a little bit about your particular adventure? Sure, then I'll cut to the chase. Recently, I came across a new novel at the Wan Wen Book House. No, that's not it. Rather, I gathered some new information. I've noticed that people's expectations for adventure are rising, and activities such as climbing and wind gliding are not as exciting as they used to be. In order to get more people to join the Adventurers Guild, we need to come up with more novel and exciting approaches. So I teamed up with a couple of other recruiters, pooled together our resources, consulted a few expert mountain climbers and fireworks craftsmen, and designed a new racing challenge. There are many mechanisms laid out in the challenge. Just step on them and use the momentum from the fireworks and gunpowder blasts to accelerate into the sky. Fireworks? Gunpowder? So, for the challenge, you want to blast people into the sky? Firework flying Paimon! Why are you so excited? You're also going up. Although with your strength, an explosive barrel bursting in front of you wouldn't faze you, but who knows? It just might blow you away. Not to worry, the explosion is contained inside a tough device. I've taken the necessary precautions to make sure it's safe and injury-free. I've also filed a patent with the Ministry of Civil Affairs and have publicized this event many times. Please do not steal my idea. There are so many hurdles. You've really put a lot of thought into this. As far as I can tell, just doing this racing challenge will stir the spirit of adventure even in an average passerby. Esteemed ones, your reputation precedes you. If you guys take point on this racing challenge, you'll be sure to attract a lot of people. Is that supposed to be take part? Take point? The mistakes sometimes drive me nuts. Anyway, I have also prepared great rewards for the challenge. They'll be sure to encourage more people to join the Adventurers Guild. Okay, fireworks and gunpowder race, let's go. Oh boy, time for Paimon and me to get blown sky high. Yep, there's no reason we shouldn't do this if there are rewards to obtain. Then it's a deal. Without further ado, please give it a whirl. There are lots of tracks for you to try. I'm sure you'll have a good time with them, and I'll get a couple months' worth of results. It's a win-win. Alright. Go to today's challenge. Let's go. This way. Excuse me. I'm not here to cause trouble. In the Radiant Sparks challenge, the less time taken and the more challenge coins collected, the higher your final score will become. During the challenge, you can obtain the technique Sparkling Rush by collecting Aegis of Sparks. By unleashing Sparkling Rush, the character will dash forward, collecting all challenge coins nearby. Additionally, Sparkling Rush can pierce through the barrels of the obstruction fruits. Approach firework fruits to rapidly leap into the air using the fireworks power. Your wind glider will automatically deploy upon reaching the highest point. Alright, well, let's get rid of you guys first so you're not in my way. Excuse me, okay. rest for a while, waiting for the perfect moment to take the challenge. Okay. Whoops. I messed up already. I messed up! Whoa! Oh, I forgot that it would do it for me. Oh, I did it again. It's just habit. Okay. Okay. There we go. Oh, jeez. Is that what I was supposed to do? Okay, hold on. No, you went the wrong way. Oh, man. I am not doing good at this. Okay, face this direction, then go. Okay. Click, 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 click. Whoa. Okay. Okay, I think I get it now. I'm just being really dense today. It's kind of like when you travel using the sigils. Okay. That was interesting. I'm sure yeah, I was just gonna say the first one's probably easy on purpose. Okay. Event details, radiant sparks. Collect, collect, collect. Thank you. Alright, next one. Paper theater. Oh, is this the same as the ones before? A few words in the foreground. A man's melancholic yearning, adepti and demons, and a heartfelt romance played out with paper. Alright, back to the harbor. Teleport waypoint, please. Thank you. I'm going. Oh, this one's a pain if it's the same as usual. Unless they've changed it this year. A performance going on at the North Wharf. This notice is so vague. It doesn't say what the show is or who's going to perform in it. Paimon wonders where the location is, but if we can't find it, we could always ask people on the street. There's a lot of people here. Paimon also sees it. Whoa, so many people are gathered there. Maybe just for the show. Let's ask around. Hello, small children. Come talk to me, a stranger. Fortune and health, peace and wealth. Hello. Is there going to be a performance here soon? Yes, there's going to be a paper play. Are you guys here for it too? So this opera is called Paper Play. Is it a Liyue opera? No, paper plays and Liyue operas are not the same thing. Jingxing, maybe? Sorry. The show is about to begin. Be quiet or you'll affect the performance. Sorry, as for the paper play, you'll know it when you see it. Honored guests, we will be performing Bravebeard today. Before the show, if you want to head to the restroom or grab a beverage, now's a good time. We will wait for no one when the show begins. So this performance is actually called Bravebeard, but Paimon has never heard of this story. Shh, we can still hear you even at a whisper. Keep it down. You can talk during intermission selection. Sorry. Intermission selection? The story of Bravebeard is quite long. In fact, it'd be too long to do it all in one go. So Yingong will let the audience pick which scenes they want to see during an intermission. I'm trying to listen to the play. Oh, I won't butt in anymore, I promise. So, dear guests, which part of the Bravebeard story would you like to see today? Would you like to see Mountain Bound or worshipping Adepti? Maybe exorcising demons or Ascension? As long as you can name it, I can perform it. I want to see the Bravebeard fight monsters. He is so handsome and wins every time. You've seen worshipping Adepti and exorcising demons so many times already. Haven't you got tired of it? I want to see the part where the Bravebeard goes home to see his sister. The Bravebeard has a sister? How have I not heard of this? I definitely haven't seen that before. How impressive! Not many people will request Homecoming. After all, only the real fans know of it. All right, just in time for Lantern Rite, we will not perform the plots featuring monsters. Oh, sorry. There are 3 children who shall appear in this scene, aside from our brave beard, with whom you are familiar, of course. There is a lonely girl named Yi Bing and an honest gentleman named Nan Feng. Do you understand any of this, traveler? Paimon's still confused. So, is this story about a guy called the Brave Beard? So, this is a story about a guy called the Brave Beard, right? It looks like there's a lot of supporting characters as well. But so far, there's only one performer on stage. And there's a folding screen? How's it gonna work? Hey, somebody here has never seen the paper play before. Oh, someone in the back asked how I, a lone performer, can be in a different place at once and make this performance work? Well, our paper plays may not be as exquisite as Liyue operas, but we certainly have our own distinctive flavors. As you may know, the characters in Liyue operas are portrayed by real people in the flesh. The actors in our performances, however, are portrayed with paper figures pasted on silk. And Liyue operas take place on a large wooden stage. The stage for our performances, however, is but a paper screen on a wooden shelf. Our actors and stages are all made of paper. That's why we call it a paper play. I am the narrator, but I am no actor. You will meet the 3 paper actors in just a moment. Yingong, I don't think they know about the Brave Beard either. Would it be okay if you introduce them to his story? You know, the one you always start with. That's called the establishing moment. I've always enjoyed that too. Please perform it for us, Yingong. Establishing moment, establishing moment. It is said that the sky's the limit, but the woes of the world are also limitless. There was once a man named Huang Guang, suffering from human injustice, who resorted to dwelling amongst the mountains and the rivers. By chance, he became a disciple of an adeptus, changed his appearance, and grew a black beard. Thus, he is known as the Brave Beard. At the behest of the adeptus, he struck down monsters and scared off demons with his sword. The Brave Beard trained for many years and finally acquired the philosophy of the adeptus. Right before he returned to the adeptal abode, he was summoned to recall the past. It turned out that he still had an attachment to the common folk society, where he had his sister at home. The poor sister, Yi Bing, was now alone and helpless. She thought that her brother had lived a miserable life and never imagined that he would return home. As to what happened next, I shall show you right away. Hey, don't just stand there, clap! Bravo! Clap, clap, clap. Is there a rule about when we should clap? Okay. Thank you all. We are supposed to continue the show, but I can tell that these 2 guests are still a little perplexed. I think it would be better if I asked these 2 to volunteer from the audience by coming forward and assisting me in directing the scene. It will give you both a good look, and it will help the actors move forward on this stage. What do you think? Hey, why didn't you invite me? I know all about paper plays. You gotta remember to invite me. You just gotta. You have been up there too many times already. Quit making a fuss and enjoy the show. That's fine by me. Help us direct the scene? That sounds so novel. It's also fine by Paimon. Then I shall ask you 2 to prepare. As soon as you 2 are in position, the performance will begin. Alright. So are you guys ready? Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I present to you Homeward Bravebeard. Mercy to exercise, life to save, a parting from closest kin to brave. Alright. After the performance begins, the actor named Huan Guang will move at a fixed speed across the stage and will change directions upon making contact with paper theater's edge or any obstacles. Traps will appear to impede the journey of Huang Guang. Touching them will cause the performance to fail. Move the stage sections to change his path and avoid traps such that he can reach his destination. Okay. Drag or select 2 stage sections to switch. I did. What the heck? Oh, hang on a second. I'm confused. Okay, come back. I guess you gotta do it fast. Okay. Oh, that's it? Next scene? Okay. No. I'm sorry, sir. I got confused. Okay. But what about the vase? The vase. Oh, I get it. Okay. Over the mountains and distances vast, one in a dream to meet at last. Next scene. Oh, that one's locked. Ah, it's not. That one's locked. Which means I can't move it, right? Yeah. Trying to figure. There we go. I get it. Ye being your brother's home. Okay. I think I understand. That's a neat event. I like that. Okay. Next order of business, please. Oh, but first. Oh, I already got it. Vigilance at sea. Ooh, these illustrations are really pretty, by the way. I love them. Vigilance at sea. During Lantern Rite, Hui Jing, the navigator of the Crux fleet, seems to be preparing for a unique training test. So we have to go to the Crux. I think. Yes. The whatever this boat is. The Alcor? Yeah. Alright. What are you up to, Miss Ma'am? Long time no see, traveler in Paimon. Happy Lantern Rite. Thank you, Huijing. Huijing? Paimon also wishes you well. Happy Lantern Rite. We've seen that the Alcor has a lot of seaborne goods and decorations, and it's bustling in the city. Looking great, no? All of the decorations were handpicked by the captain. She wanted her brothers and sisters on duty to feel like they were at home for the festival. Not only that, before the Lantern Rite, the captain gave each of us a bonus and organized several big feasts. The food for every feast is ordered from reputable restaurants, such as the Wanmin restaurant, which we always frequent, and Jinyu Kiosk and Liuli Pavilion. Everyone ate and drank their fill. Paimon wants to check those out too. Wow, a bonus and a feast? That's great! Paimon had no idea that Beto also had such an eye for detail. Actually, the captain... The captain? Why did I say it like that? Actually, the captain has always been meticulously keeping the fleet's affairs in order. Not only do we crew members get paid very well, but during past Lantern Rites, she's also prepared gifts for our families. Before the captain got some business information from the Jianquan on how to improve management strategy for the Crux. The revenue of the fleet has soared, so the captain has also increased our pay. In this way, the crew will be in tip-top shape for any challenge. When the new recruits hear about how well the Crux fleet treats its crew, they'll be extra motivated. Challenge? During Lantern Rite, shouldn't everyone be on vacation? You guys seem to be working overtime. It's not like that, don't worry. The captain has done all the research in advance. Some of the crew were given early leave, while the others were given days off later on. Thus, everyone gets time off, and there will always be someone to man the Alcor. I was among the group that got earlier vacation time, and I came back to my post completely refreshed. I'm currently getting ready for my training examination, Vigilance at Sea. What now? Is it a new challenge? Yep, you guessed it. During the past 2 years, the volume of seaborne trade in Liyue Harbor has been soaring, and many people have joined up as sailors. Taking to the high seas is a matter of patience, bravery, and perception. These are highly demanded qualities. Sailors have to be well trained in order to navigate safely. In addition to obtaining the 4 major qualifications and the 5 minor qualifications, which total 9 navigation related qualifications stipulated by the Ministry of Civil Affairs, 2 years of maritime training and apprenticeship are also required. 9 qualifications and 2 more years of training? Holy mackerel! That's so demanding. It's no big deal. After all, it's far better to undergo rigorous training in preparation for work than to go out to sea and encountering an unpleasant surprise unprepared. The Ministry of Civil Affairs organizes most of the training courses. Anyone with a passable knowledge of sailing could coast by them. These subjects aren't too difficult. Of course, some ships will also have to traverse dangerous waters, which will hopefully give them some experience. Given the experience of the Crux fleet in dealing with rough sea situations, we and the Ministry of Civil Affairs have organized an intensive navigation training program. Sailors who pass the training will get a deep sea navigation qualification certificate on completion, as well as some rewards prepared by the Ministry of Civil Affairs. Considering I have the best knowledge of the surrounding waters, the captain has tasked me with planning this training examination. Wait a minute. Speaking of sailing, you two are pretty good with that wave rider, no? Do you guys want to give it a try? If you don't mind, I would also like you guys to give me some feedback about this test, positive or negative. That way, I will be able to improve it in a timely manner. Well, Paimon wants to see how much skill the crew needs to navigate with high seas. And there's a bonus reward too. It's a win-win for us. Let's give it a try. Such vigor. Then I'll mark you guys down for the Vigilance at Sea examination. Please do your best. Vigilance at Sea has both a multiplayer Billowing Waves mode and a single-player Tranquil Waters mode. You may obtain all rewards by completing challenges in either mode. Vigilance at Sea has 3 stages. Before each challenge begins, a stage will be chosen randomly. View gameplay details for the rules of the different stages. The Wave Rider will not be able to use its heavy cannon when the challenge begins. You will gain random techniques by collecting prop lamps in each stage. Make use of these techniques to smoothly sail through the challenge. During the challenge, the Wave Rider's HP will be replaced by durability. In Billowing Waves mode, once your Wave Rider's durability is depleted, you will lose all challenge coins you have already gained and enter the Voyage Observer state. Your Wave Rider will not be able to collect any challenge coins or prop lamps in this state. You will exit this state after a while and your Wave Rider can participate in the challenge again. In Tranquil Waters mode, once your Wave Rider's durability is depleted, the challenge will end and your score will be calculated. The more challenge coins you have at the end of the challenge, the higher your final score will be. So do we talk to her then? Start Vigilance at Sea. Okay, be sure to give it your all. Will win when your score reaches the maximum limit. Continuing will not gain you more points. Challenge details. Crossing the thrumming waves. The sea lanes are where danger and opportunity meet are dotted with vortexes and hidden currents that can speed your Wave Rider up. When the challenge progresses to a specific checkpoint, a giant vortex may appear. Crossing the thrumming waves. A giant vortex that will pull on your Wave Rider very strongly is present in the sea region, and a large number of challenge coins can be found at the edges of this vortex. The floating lantern's mystique. A great number of Zhao lanterns are floating atop the glimmering waves, and special luxurious challenge coins will be present within a few of these Zhao lanterns. When the challenge progress reaches a certain checkpoint, fireworks will go up in the surrounding sea region. Follow their colors and choose the correct Zhao lantern to solve the lantern riddles. When fireworks go up in the surrounding sea region, follow their colors and shapes to choose the correct Zhao lantern and obtain challenge coins. If you do not choose correctly, your Wave Rider will be destroyed, so keep your eyes peeled for the correct solutions to the lantern riddles. And mystical evaluations. Luxurious challenge coins may be found within the ocean lanes lined with sea balloons. When the challenge reaches a specific checkpoint, these balloons will begin to dump cargo, and a mist shall descend over the ocean surface. The sea balloons will dump out cargoes that hold either luxurious challenge coins or bombs. Keep your wits about you as you collect the cargoes, for risk and opportunity walk hand in hand here. Thick mists may cover the seas nearby, so navigate with care. Okay, what about the techniques? Dust Blind unleashes the a dust ball at the current location of the Wave Rider. While the dust ball remains on the field, Wave Riders that sail into this area of the dust ball will have their sight obscured. Show me the Mora. After using this skill, the Wave Rider's challenge coin collection radius will increase for a while. Fortify. After using this skill, the Wave Rider will not take damage for a while. Rolling Waves. Unleashes a vortex at the current location of the Wave Rider. Excuse me. While the vortex remains on the field, any Wave Riders that sail into the area of the vortex will be pulled towards it continuously, and the durability of Wave Riders that sail into the center of the vortex will be decreased. Full Throttle. After using this skill, the Wave Rider will rush forward a certain distance in the direction its prow is facing. Oh, I see. This is just how many points you get per... So it really wants you to do the co-op then. Alright, let's see if it'll be okay. Sometimes when I do co-op, it gets weird. So let's just hope that it goes well. Okay, so we get this one, and there's 3 attainable techniques. So this is the one where you could get bonds or coins, right? 2, 1. Okay, go. I thought we couldn't use her. No! No, 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 no. Ah! Sea balloons have appeared to dump out cargo. Oi, oi, oi. Oi, 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 oi. Come on. Ah! So what do... Wait, what do these do? Okay, so those give me abilities? Is that what's happening? Oh, you know what? They're like... You know in Mario Kart, the item boxes? I think that's what the idea is with those. Okay. Oh no. How do they have so many? Gosh. I don't understand this mode. Well, I should say I do. I just... Okay, this brings them close. Jeez, this dude. Ah. Oh, it switches it if you, I don't want bombs. No, thank you. Wait, do I have the most now? How did that happen? Oh no, oh no. No bomb. Bomb bad. Leave me alone. Leave me alone, please leave me alone. I won! No. I won. Yes, I did win. To the victor, the spoils. Yay! Well, that was fun. I was a little confused for a while, but yeah, I won. So how many coins can I collect today? 2,000? So I should play another one if that's the case. But let me double check. That's not what I wanted to click on, but since we're here. Thank you. Thank you. Events. Yep, I can get 2,000 today, so let's play again. Well, everything seemed to go fine in co-op, so let's do co-op again. Because that was pretty fun. Let's go. Do, 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 do. As long as... No, not this one again. Oh, I was just about to say, I just want a different one. Oh, well. At least I know how this works. One. Let's go. Okay, I have an item. Yes, push me into the rewards. Okay. Turn around. Whoa. You know what? Just keep going where you were going. I don't want to fight anybody. At least not right now. Da, da. Whoa. That was just like... Jeez. You were like coasting. My words. What are words? I'm indestructible. Is Tomi okay? Oh, Tomi's over here now. Oh no, I'm stuck. Poor Tomi. I don't know how I'm so good at this. Maybe nobody really knows how to play quite yet. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Stay out. No! Gosh darn it. I shouldn't have been bragging. That's what it gets you. No, 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 no. No, no, no. No. No, 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 no. I fell into my own trap. That's rude. Nah, there's no way I can catch up now. See what bragging gets you? Ooh, single life duration, 97 seconds. Okay. I have my max coins for today. Well, this is fun. I'm enjoying myself. Team disbanded. Yes, I know. Oh, event. Was there something here? Oh. I already know about that. Why did you suddenly tell me? That was weird, but okay. My rewards, please, madam. Okay. Thank you. Behind the scenes. In Liyue Harbor, an adventurer is busy with a certain task. Okay. Back to the harbor. Harbor. So what are you up to? What's your game? This direction. Hello, doggies. More doggies. Alright, hello, sir. Did this area get cleared? Huh, I think it should have been cleared already. What a headache. You're the traveler. My apologies. I was too busy. I didn't even notice you. What are you so busy with? So it's like this. For this year's Lantern Rite Festival, we of the Liyue Harbor Adventurers Guild have been dispatched by the Ministry of Civil Affairs to help with some tertiary tasks. The Millilith are primarily responsible for patrolling the city and other key areas. We, on the other hand, get to go out and clear out some monsters, along with those good for nothing bandits, too. Speaking of which, you're a registered adventurer as well, aren't you? I've heard plenty about your exploits. If you want, you can help us out too. What do you say? Isn't it supposed to be the holidays? What about the Lantern Rite? Well, since we are helping the ministry during the holiday, they're providing additional compensation for our efforts. So, should any adventurers be willing to take on these commissions, they'll be able to collect more rewards upon completing their tasks. How much additional compensation are we talking about? Trust me, it's plenty. That depends on how much work I still have left. Haha, alright. I knew you wouldn't just stay idle. I'll be sure to mark down all the locations already confirmed by the guild. Also, please take this miniature launch tube. Should you accept one of the commissions, remember to launch some fireworks after you clear out an area. After you launch the fireworks, you will send some we will send someone to designate to the oh my gosh. We will send someone to designate the area as cleared. And then we will adjust the overall plan in accordance with the areas that have been cleared. That sounds pretty strategic. Yeah, this is the Lantern Rite Festival after all. We can't let anything go wrong. People are more tense than a stretched cord right now. Never mind this for now. We'll go take a look at the situation. Need to make a report to Lon later. Okay, complete digging the dirt 1, 2, and 3. Again, thank you for making it close to a waypoint. I do appreciate that. Oh, so I just have to fight people. Okie dokie. Ow. Ow again.
Let's nip that in the bud. Barry! One thing after another.
Jeez. Whoa. Whoa. Open. Whoa. That's not what I wanted. Open. Ooh, fireworks. Use this wind current to quickly reach the next challenge area. Okay. Let's go. Whoosh. Get out of here. Oh, that's not who I wanted. This is who I want. I have fat fingers. Yeah, just waiting for my time limit to come out. Don't mind me. Can you imagine though, being in a fight with someone and they're like, wait, I need to recharge my punch. Hold on. Don't move. Whee! Okay. Last one. I know the first day is always going to be easy, but these ones haven't been too bad. Sorry, I didn't mean to give everyone a shot of your shorts. It just kind of happened. Pew! Is it raining? It is raining! Well. That means that's to my advantage. Don't mind if I do. Pew! Fireworks. Okay, I think that's everything, right? Done. Thank you. Festive Fever. Oh, right, you have to do this for the invitation. I think I have everyone, though, so it's just a matter of who do I want to level up. I'm gonna have to think about that. Actually, let me see how I'm doing with everyone first. Okay. So let's see, where are you? You're full, so not you. You're full, so not you. You are full. Okay. Ningguang's not full, so that's an option. Wait, are you 5-star or 4-star? I think you're 5-star. I can't remember if you were on the list. So Ningguang is one for sure. Yanfei is one. Yunjin is full, so it won't be her. And of course, Yao Yao doesn't have anything. Oh, and she's full too. Was that everybody? Oh, Beto. She's probably full, if I had to guess. I'll go check though. I don't know why I skipped her. Beto. Beto. Yep. I figured she'd be full. So it's basically between Ningguang, Yanfei, and Yao Yao. What do you do? Dendro damage bonus. So I would just open up this basically. Because I don't need to do any more wishes right now. Because I got both of them. I got her and Alhaitham. Nope, not Amber. What do you get if I do that? Increases the level of Signed Edict by 3. Maximum level is 15. Signed Edict is one of your talents. Summons blistering flames that deal AoE pyro. Okay. And what would I get if I picked Ningguang? Increases the level of Star Shatter by 3. Is Star Shatter her, burst? It is. Okay. Well, I guess I'll have to think about that then. What's going on over here? I feel like there was something else I wanted to do before I, went on to something else. Do I have enough to do something with any of your things yet? Not yet. What about you? Nope. I'm just looking because I got materials. Oh, you can though. I'm just gonna hold on to that for a second though. You're all full up for now. Beto is all full up for now. Yanfei is all full up. Oh, what do you need? Nothing, because I need to level you up first. Hold on. Hold that thought. Okay, ascend. Thank you. I will take that. Thank you. Well, I may as well level up again. I'll just do it like that. That's fine. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on. Oh, I have to... I misunderstood again. Never mind. So if I got hers, I would be able to start upgrading her talents. Let's upgrade you too while I'm here.
Whatever.
Send. Oh, I already have 3 of those. I don't remember
Thank you.
collecting any, so I must have gotten it from something. I mean, if I go back out to continue with the quest in the desert, I'll find more. So I could do that. Claim, please. Thank you. Oh, I don't have any of these. Oh, I haven't, yeah, I haven't gone for him yet. Okie dokie. Not a problem. Okay. Let us... I'm still trying to think if I can remember what I wanted to do first, but I can't. So I guess that we will go and continue on with this quest. Do a little more. Because it's too early to sign off now. I want to go for a little bit longer. Yeah, getting through all the Lantern Rite stuff today took a couple hours. So it definitely wasn't as short as I was led to believe. But let's go see how Jet is doing. I need some water. So much talking. Ooh. I was about to say, come on, you can do it, and it just jumped ahead. Alright. Fill me up, please. Thank you. So what do the sand pupae, whatever, look like? What was else to do over there? But I would like to do the quest first before I explore too much. Or I'm going to be very distracted and never go where I need to go. Like, are they just gonna look like rocks in the ground? How will I know if I find one? I have a lot of questions. I don't know. There's nothing up here. Just a lot of sand. Whee! No, don't blow me away. Thank you. Viewpoint. Very nice. Okay. We're here. I'm just changing the stream title. Wow, the ruins here are huge. Ta-da! These, then, are the city ruins. I read some of the old theses that you can find in Adelphi's tent, and it seems that this was once the legend... well, this isn't precisely the place. Gurabad itself is hidden within the canyon cliffs, so there are more outlining. That's what the books say, anyway. I can't read that fast. Whatever the case, those who first built this place must have believed that their works would last forever. Huh, so you need to read as part of tribal life, huh? You've been talking quite a bit about this stuff. Yeah, I mean, Matriarch Babel practically forces us to read every day, and you know, they're all old books. The children of Tanit should not only trust to the ways of the desert, all gilding must be ground away by the sands eventually. Well, that's what she said anyway. That's why we can't just, I can't keep up.
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade.
Okay.
It is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
I did it. Where are we going? Must be under the ground. I wish they would put that icon on those two if it's underground. Oh no, it's right here. Never mind. No, I don't want to fight with you right now. I don't want to fight with you either. Ooh, more of these. Sacred Seal Crocodile Head. Leave me alone. Okay, fine. I want to do this.
Right here.
But you're being rude.
Emerge. Right here. Right now.
There, get out of here, please. I've got things to do. Okay, let's try this now. 1, 2, 3. Can I reach these from here? 4, 5, 6. Oh, I guess maybe I was supposed to go over there. But I was able to reach them from where I was.
Smells like something good is inside.
Okay, Sealy! My friend! There's a lot to do, jeez. Mark seals, please. I don't think I have enough anything. No, I need 2 of whatever that is. Hang on, I have a friend to escort. Come on, friend. Oh, thank you. I appreciate the help. But where are we going? Where are we going? You're taking me far away. See what happens when I try to do other stuff? I get completely distracted. Can't you see I'm ignoring you? I really don't care what you have to say. But since you decided to make me your problem, I'll fix that for you. Here's you.
Right now. Right here. Emerge. Right here. Emerge. Right now.
I'll be taking that.
Better than nothing.
Okay, what is this here for, though? I cannot flip yet. Oh, one of those things is here. Can I shoot it from here, or do I have to get closer? Nope, I got it. Excuse me. They don't pour into each other? Oh, what do I do about this then? Why is that lit up? Oh. Oh. I get it. Is that one on the bottom not full? I'm confused. Oh, I have to turn the thing off. You big silly. Should work now? Oh, and then turn off this one once it's full. Now? I understand. Listen, I couldn't do it from up there, okay? I was confused.
Smells like something good is inside.
There's so much to do. Give. Thank you. Are there others? Yes. Yep, there's one up here. Is there only 3? Nope, there's one over here. One. Alright, fine.
Emerge right now. Emerge.
Because you're being irritating. Achoo! Excuse me.
I'm always watching. Right here. Emerge right now.
Where'd you go? You're over here. I can still see you.
Right here. Right now.
Kind of. Okay. And there was one over here. And there's one over here. And he missed. There we go. Alright, now stop getting distracted.
Better than nothing.
Get back in there. That made a funny noise. I didn't expect that. Oh. Nope. Whatever. Let's go. You're too slow, Jet. We've been something. Hello, sir. He big. You done, Azarik? You've bound your head up so tight that even Alamar himself would have trouble peeling your skin off. Who knows, he might even laugh at you for being a scaredy cat. Ha, is that how you talk to your elders, little wildcat? Have you forgotten your actual business here? Or about how someone's been waiting for you for half a day? Oh, and someone tanning themselves in the sun and having a drink or two passes for business now, does it? Woe to thieves who make false accusations. Just you watch. Maybe I'll stick that clever little head of yours upside down in the sand. Maybe that'll clear it. Rubbish. You haven't beaten me ever since you taught me how to wrestle. You two get along so well. Yeah, we've never seen two people start slinging mud at each other the moment they meet quite like you do. Well, this is Azarik, a senior of mine in the tribe. He's like my older brother, and he's been of big help. Yes, yes, she treats me like a brother, and we'd get along better still if she didn't like hanging around with the ladies more. Oh. Uh. Sus. Hey, hey, quit it! Stop giving them the wrong idea. Alright, whatever. Traveler, was it? Take care of her for me, eh? She's pretty good, but she likes charging into danger like a wildcat. Oh, we know. What was that? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you just said something bad about me. You'll see. Oh, you'll see. Okay, I think I get the gist of things. Yeah, don't you fret. Traveler's a real experienced adventurer. Things will be fine here with Jet. Just leave it to us. What am I, a child? All right, let's talk business. Matriarch Babel has asked me to guide you into these city ruins. I'll lead the way, so follow closely. Oh, so that's what it was. That's the first we've heard of what we need to do all day. Well, it wasn't all that convenient to explain our objective back at the settlement. The matriarch believes the walls have ears. Our objective here is to find the fragment of the mother of the Jinn. We need to in order to be accepted into the eternal oasis at the desert's heart. The Jinn were the familiars of the Queen of all Oases, so it will naturally accept their presence. Their powers were also intended to create fertile lands amidst the barren sands. So Matriarch Babel needs the aid of the Jinni to restore fertility to our tribe's soil, which will maintain the health of our herds. Also, this particular Jinni still maintains her intelligence, so we should be able to pass through the seals on the Eternal Oasis with her aid. Yep, what he said. Alright, that's it. To enter the ruins, we need to handle these mysterious devices first. For example, this one seems to be able to blow sand away in a specific direction, although I'd call it something more akin to breaking a seal, really. Whatever the case, even though the method to unlock them has been lost, some trial and error on my part has shown that heavy impact can change the direction it's facing, creating runes that flow. That should rid us of those annoying piles of sand. Rune mechanisms and sand piles. Mysterious devices found within the ancient ruins can generate energy that can ablate sand piles when unlocked. When attacked, one such device can change the direction in which it projects this energy. Mysterious devices found within the ancient ruins can generate and it says the same thing. Never mind. Oh, I need to use this. Oh. I've got it. Nice! This way we'll know what to do next time we encounter this kind of device. Nice, the gate's open. Time to explore. Oop. I heard something. I'm Snickerdoodle. Thanks for following. I appreciate that. We're here. The temple's safe. I don't see any enemies, monsters, or dangerous devices. There's just this big thing. Ugh, how interesting. According to archaeological records left by people who came before us, as well as a stone slate that Aderfi got from within some ruins, this big object over here is the main device that keeps the mother of the Jinn sealed. Just from basic observation, I'd say it's connected to the machine next to it. Perhaps they can be made to move in tandem somehow. So we'll need to unlock this one by the side here to move the big object in the middle? That's about right, I think. As for what happens afterward, I think we'll just have to cross that river when we get there. Funny, I don't see any rivers. Oh, knock it off, Jet. So, I think we just need to repeat what we did at the gate. Let's crack this device open, shall we? Activate the device within the temple. Okay. Well, the machine has started and the sand pile is gone, but the main device hasn't responded at all. Did it not work? Wait, Traveler, you're the only one here who can use the elements, right? Well, what I mean to say is that unlike us, who need to borrow the power of ancient spirits, your elemental abilities are innate, right? Yes? Yeah, that is the case. So what about it? why don't you try touching this big thing over here? But what if it turns out to be super dangerous? Don't worry about it, Paimon. We've touched all kinds of crazy things in the past. You say that, but we should be careful all the same. Okie dokie. Ha, that's what I thought. Looks like the device earlier smoothed out its charging, circuits? Looks like it's showing us the location of 3 other devices, too. I suppose that if we get these devices, we'll be able to activate all 4 of these seal-breaking machines and clear the sand piles in front of us. I think that's how it is, judging from my previous delving experiences anyway. Wow, you sure do know a lot, and here Paimon thought you were just some guy in a tribe somewhere. Hey, give the man some respect, Paimon. Oh, sorry. What did you even mean by that, Paimon? I'm a tribeswoman myself. Alright, enough chit-chat. Let's follow the directions we've been given and look for the other 3 devices. Let me think. Let's start here. How do you know that we need to go this way first? A desert dweller's intuition, perhaps. If we get lost, it's on your head. Relax, both of us are here. If things go bad, we can fight our way out. Or flee to safety. Oh, we know about this already. Time to go this way. I would like to collect some sparklies first, though. I'm not gonna read that. I never have enough time to.
Emerge. Right now.
Oh, I'll get back to that.
Right here. What a nuisance.
Well, I didn't tell you to run right into it.
Right now. Right here. Right now.
Please go away. I just want the chest. What are you guys gonna do with it? Thank you. Okay, let's read this now. Okay, Records of Gurabad, Part 1. To Lord Hibaris, General of the Cavalry. After much deliberation, the Council of Nobles has decided to reject your request for funding. It is apparent that the shrinking of the local oases and degradation of irrigation facilities has had no impact on overall agricultural production, and that any negative consequences can be resolved via the self-regulating nature of long-term commercial and industrial operations. Considering the long-term state of poverty and rebellion in the Penjvahe and the increased activity of the adherents of the brass mask, the Treasury believes that any sort of monetary reward, industrial or commercial investment will prove futile and indeed will damage the interests of the nobility. Do recall, Sir General, that the noble estates are the pillars of the nation. Your duty is to put those rebels and heretics down with an iron fist and to spur the people onto hard work and prosperity, not arbitrarily request funding with which to aid the indolent and the insurgent. In the name of His Majesty, Parvezran, the Spirit of Victory, the Council of Nobles once again hereby transfers 30 riot-controlled constructs and 400 weapons of various types, swords, spears, crossbows among them, infused with Jinn fragments, to you, General Hybirus, for your judicious use. Okay. Let's go where we're supposed to go. So I gotta turn this around. This way. Thank you. Open says me. Activate the device and in turn another machine somewhere within the temple. Excuse me. Runic window and runic pane. These triangular panes can sometimes be found within ancient ruins. You can pull the switch to open such panes and allow ruin mechanism energy to pass through. Okay. Stealing. Stealing.
Suppose this will do.
Opening. Ooh, waypoint. Oh, is this a puzzle of sorts? Alright, chill out.
Home at the forest. I hear everything. Keep up.
Let's just use this.
Right here. Emerge. Right here. Right now. Right here. Emerge.
There we go. I'll take that. And I'll take this. I assume we have to go through the store to figure out what to do next. Maybe? Interesting. Oh, it was just... I thought I saw something, but it was just reflections. Okay. So what can I find in here? I need to find a triangle. Oh, it does work. Open that up. Take this money. No, investigate. Thank you. Turn this back around. Look, the sand has been blown away. So now I can touch it. Touch. Oh. But now that one's open. Okay. Look for another exit. Okay, but first, I would like to read this. Records of Gurabad, Part 3. I missed Part 2. His Majesty Parvezravan, the Spirit of Victory, has been lax of late in the practice of his faith in King Deshret. The temples and the carvings have not been maintained in some time. As priests, we believe that the shrinking of the oases, the deterioration of the harvest, and the rise of the brass mask heresy all find their roots in this lapse in faith. Failing in one's faith is tantamount to a failure of morality, and moral rot leads a nation to chaos. We urge the High Priest to remonstrate with His Majesty in time. As for the slow down. As for the dissatisfied citizenry, clergy of all levels should spare more time and effort to teach them to love their neighbor and help to maintain order, rather than pursue these baseless fantasies to prevent the stirring of trouble from nothing and the destabilization of society. Much of the content in the middle has either become blurred or is missing altogether. Either way, these sections are indecipherable. King Deshret no longer answers the cries of the High Priest. This bodes ill. Queen Shirin has ceased to be seen at court, and His Majesty Parvezravan does not ask for her whereabouts. Perhaps the folk tales of the Demon Queen may yet be true, or perhaps it may be possible to exaggerate that title and turn folk gossip to better ends, such as suppressing the spread of the brass mask heresy. Okay. Okay, so I guess I'm going through this door. My wrist rest fell down and now my hand feels naked. So there's a chest there. Will things pop up if I get near it? Yes. Oh, they're up there. Get down here. Ooh. You're big.
Right here.
Okay. That's a lot of foul.
Let's nip that in the bud.
Lot of chicken.
Right here.
Where did you go? What are you up to? Ow. You're rather tough, aren't you? Oh. Of course you ran away.
Emerge. Right now.
I guess that's why this is like a good chest. I never remember what each chest is called. It's just like this one's better than this one is better than this one.
Emerge. Right here. Emerge. I'm always watching.
Jeez, everyone's dying here. Oh, what does that do? Oh. Where did that come from?
Right now.
Was it putting those out before? Well, anyway, it's done. Oh. It gives me something special. Okay. Oops. My alarm. Was there a thing here? There is a thing here. I think I'm supposed to go the other way, though. I think I'm supposed to go down here. We'll go down here first. But how low do I need to go down? Wait, money. Anything in here? Or is it enemy? No. Come here, Dendrofly. I know that's not what it's called, but that's what I've chosen to call it. Oh, here. I found it. Do you think we can ask these guys for directions?
Right here. Right now. Right here.
Why are you guys so tough all of a sudden? Not usually this resilient. Oh, I shouldn't have used... Oh, it still gave me some dust, though.
Better than nothing.
Alright, continuing on. Oh. What are these? Weathered obelisk. The desert contains a mysterious matching sequence of ancient characters. You must find the corresponding location and use attacks to change the displayed characters to make the two groups of characters the same. So I'm gonna have to remember this? I can't remember things. Is it under the stairs? I would like to see quickly. I guess not. There's one of these though. Is there a thing I can use? Oh, it's up there. You silly goose. It's probably easier if I go up there. It's right here. Okay, hang on. What does the other one look like? Oh, I don't need you right now. What do I do? Oh, I have to change the other one.
Right now. Emerge.
Alright, hold on.
Right here.
Let's get rid of this nuisance first. First and foremost. Where did you go?
Right now. Emerge.
Usually I can see an outline of it, but I don't know where it went. Oh. Oh. Bummer. Sorry, D-Luke. Okay. So we have one that looks like hi, a snake, and 3 dots. But do they need to be in the right order? Oh, my bad. Okay. Hi. Snake. 3 dots. I did it! Yay me.
Who says there aren't
Okay.
benefits to a life of wandering?
Let me get up higher so I can get to that easier before I continue on. I will take this. Thank you. So, would it have been impossible then to level up the statue further until this section was unlocked?
Right now. Emerge. Right here.
I'll uproot you. Can't see?
Oops.
Run with me.
Set you closer together.
A sight to behold. Right now.
You know what? Let's just go all out. Where'd the other one go now? There it is. I want my loot. Thank you.
Fateful offering.
Okay. We move on.
Time to go.
Goodbye, mushrooms. I really don't need you right now. Nope. Yep. Oh, we're back here. Find the activated machine. I can't read fast enough when it's in this mode, so you're free to pause when this goes on YouTube and take a look. A lot of ruined areas we've encountered on the way show signs of man-made damage. There must have been unrest here, or even a war. I'm no researcher, but I can't really read any pattern in these markings, but I doubt that the fate of this temple was a peaceful one. The books say that Gurabad was destroyed with searing fire and the great anger of the Jinn. The Jinn? Perhaps, but it looks more like the work of a mob, soldiers, or perhaps even tribespeople like us. But who knows, eh? But we can think about that later. I think this big guy here is our more pressing concern, no? Indeed, perhaps the other chambers are all structured like this one. Let's look around again, shall we? Alright, I'll mark our path. Huh? Mark? Paimon didn't see you do that. We use scented oils made from wenut larvae, planting it to mark the path we must tread, so that if we do get lost, we can just follow our nose to find the way back. Now I'll have you know that our wildcat's nose is very sharp. We hunters wouldn't get very far without her. Stop saying all that stuff, Azarique. That's right, you blockhead. Stop bullying our little wildcat. Look, her fur's standing on end. What's a wennet larva? Well, it's the larva of a wennet? I've seen them so often that I'm actually not sure how to explain what they are. I'll tell you what. I'll explain more when on the way back. Okay. So can I hit this like the others? I can. Look at that. Whoosh. Alright. Now this side's open. Okay. What's going on here? Oh. Okay. Now we've got a new element to these puzzles. Open, thank you. Okay, so I need to move it first. So that I can... Again. So I can sand this off. And then move this. So I can get the chest. Thank you. Oh, we're here. I'll see if I can get through everything in this temple. And I'll probably end there, depending on how long it takes. Okay, move. Blow it away, thank you. Oh, there's another story here. Read. Records of Gurabad, Part 5. So I missed another part again. The 3rd and 4th Honor Guards have not sent word for a long while, and the Dusk Birds sent to them have not returned. Perhaps this is due to the ubiquitous and thick smoke. It must have seared them all away. It is the 13th day of the Great Revolt. The Temple Guards have resisted 4 charges this day alone. These people were dressed in rags, but they bore brass masks. Some of them wore masks made of wood or paper painted that color. Some holy statues were destroyed, and all the statues of His Majesty I'm gonna have struggle with this every time. Parvezravan were toppled, despite the construct forces defeating them time and time again. They have retreated for now, but will almost certainly be back. King Deshret is the god of war and order, but his temple now trembles under the footsteps of these furious people. The Annex Temple is burning, and the High Priest was dragged away. Haba found him while investigating the area, but not all his parts could be recovered. Ugh. Perhaps they were fueled by overwhelming hunger or anger. General Hiberus has gone to see His Majesty. Perhaps this is the last time we shall see mighty Parvezravan give a royal order in person. Okay, give me a second. I lost my wrist rest. It fell and now it's like disappeared. And I feel naked without it. It's like disappeared. Hello? Oh, there it is. Come here. The way my desk is set up, it's set up facing a wall. So just reaching down to get it isn't as good of an option because the chair and the desk, there's not a lot of room in between. Why can't I pick this up? And I have like a item grabber. You know, like old people use? But I couldn't seem to pick it up. But now I did. Okay. I'm done being weird. For now. That's better. Like I said, my wrist felt naked. Right, I have to go around first. Yes? Yeah, there's nothing in here I can do. Just passing through.
Time to go.
Okay, you again. Move. Hey! Don't be rude. Turn. I'm gonna turn this around. Again. Thank you. Yes, it's open. Excellent. Give it a little tappy tap. Yes, I know that closed. It's fine. We've done this already. Oh, we've reached 50 followers. We're halfway to my 100 follower goal. Hey, leave me alone. I'm celebrating over here. Alright. Now what's going on over here? Move. Thanks. I was just looking around. We got some rocks. Oh, there's a thing over there. Come here. I want to grab. Thank you. Okay. Do some more looting. Yep, fancy meeting you here, but I have to go. Bye. I'll come back here another time and do all the challenges and things. I can't resist a chest though.
Emerge. Right here. Emerge.
Little guys were just going for a swim. I'm frozen. Oh geez, goodbye. I got what I wanted. Eh. Here we go. Cannot be performed during combat. Okay, that's something I'll come back and do. Because there's something going on over here too. No, stop. Yep, another hourglass. That's fine. We will come and solve those puzzles later. Kind of just want to do the story part first. And then come back to explore. Okay, we're back here. Oh, give sparkles, thank you.
Time to go.
Oh, good. We didn't have to have a cutscene again. I was like, we know the drill by now. You don't really need to, something there that can be blown away. Does this reach that far? No. Stop. Leave me alone.
I must remain calm.
Oh, more story. Oh, this is the second part. Records of Gurabad, Part 2. To my dear Fred Maroc, 3 times has Hiberus requested that funds be sent out in the name of alleviating the situation in disaster-stricken areas and repairing the oases and irrigation systems, and has indeed made much ado about it, though perhaps not out of goodwill, I fear. The priest's calculations indicate that such a motion would add much unnecessary burden upon the treasury without any concrete benefit in return. This person is of bean birth and has no backing in the Council of Nobles. Only by the request of His Majesty Parvezravan that he quell rebellions has he attained high rank, and now he asks for golden silks, ruins honest folk, and rouses the rabble. Truly does he hold us nobles in contempt. Thank you, young Dex, for following. I appreciate that. Where was I? We are but humble subjects who serve our great king out of the nobility handed down to us by our forebears. How can we hand our hard-earned fortunes over to these indolent louts and rogues? Is not the protection of one's property the most basic of rights? Moreover, this fellow was born to mountain shepherds, making him by nature rebellious and cruel, given to bold-faced violence. Though he may be a general of the cavalry and may have His Majesty Parvezravan's ear, but how he ruins the greater body to enrich himself, and how he indulges in sloth and lapsing judgment, one cannot say for sure that he is not one of Brassmask's accomplices. I urge all my fellow nobles to look into this matter and stay on your guard. Enclosed in this letter is a certificate for 300,000 silvers as a small token on my part. Hello, young Dex. How are you? Leave me alone, please. Thank you. Although I think I'm gonna have to. Alright, okay. I need to revive some people too. Hold on. Just, hold on a second, would you? Nope, don't want to change his name. Food. Need food. Okay, you can have that. I've got some yummy pitas. Pitas for everyone, thank you.
Right now. Emerge. Right now.
Let's nip that in the bud.
Oh, where have you gone? Oh, over here. I see you.
Right here. Emerge. Right here.
The wind's moving.
Ow. Dying crying because of artifacts? I feel that deep in my soul. That's why I don't do it often, because I get upset. And then it's like, what's the point of playing and then being upset about it? Alright, so now you're ready. But what was the point of you? Oh, I'm blocking this one. Of course. Silly question. Open up, please. Thank you. Ooh, waypoint. Alright, let's get rid of you guys, because you're just gonna be a pain if I don't.
One like a farm. One with nature.
Right here. Nothing lasts forever.
I'm doing okay.
Right here.
I finished all the lantern rite stuff for today, so now I'm just getting a little further with this quest.
Can't see.
Come on, you can do better than that. There you go. Okay. Let me unlock the waypoint first. Oh, you're not on yet. Okay, this one is on though. Oh. Oh. And more story. Oh, here's part 4. To the Council of Nobles, the self-assembly facilities for military constructs have been sufficiently placed within the temples, the palace, the orchard of Paradisa's water supply storage areas, and other key sites. The threshold of King Deshret's temple has been modified to serve as an assembly practice site to better meet the construct's needs and to facilitate quick assembly. The producer of Jinn fragment-infused weaponry and constructs has been expanded further, while the hiring of mortal troops has not decreased. We must draw manpower for military use from areas that pose a security risk, cut off any contact they might have with the rebels, and provide suitable training and living conditions such that any identification with the insurgency may be eliminated. Okay. Touch. Get out of this pit. Turn this around. Turn this on. That way's still blocked, though. That's alright. Let's just go this way for now. Oh, maybe I'll come across it now. At least I'm getting a lot of materials. And artifacts to use as fodder for other artifacts.
Right here. Emerge. Right here.
Oh, where have you gone? Sir. Sir. I found him. Oh, it's gone. Whoops. I didn't need to do all that. It's fine. And move. I guess this isn't what I thought. That's okay, though. We're still moving forward. Oh, now we're in this space.
Right now. Right here.
See? Clouds high. The birds come. Dogs, break forth.
Sight to behold.
And we'll use this, because I want to get over this quickly. I will take your loot, thank you. And now, let's blow the sand away from this side. Touch the giant device at the temple center. Activate. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Are you alright? Yeah. Thanks, I'm alright. That's good, that's good. Phew, that gave Paimon quite a fright. The tremor source should be to the north, outside the temple. Yeah, I sense that too. Wait, why couldn't Paimon tell? Because you fly. You don't have much experience living in the desert, Paimon. That's true, but wait, you don't either. Let's go have a look, traveler. Something huge is bound to have happened. But there is a chest down here. Give me that.
Who says there aren't benefits to a life of wandering?
Thank you. Alright, we'll go out here and see what's up. And then that'll probably be it. We'll see. Depends on what it tells me to do next.
Time to go.
Oh, I was like, where was I supposed to go? Nobody's here. It's because I didn't go far enough. Have a look at this. The sand retreated. That's right, more ruins. A plaza with sides of seemingly equal length, and a new door's opened up on the opposite cliff. Is that our destination? That's for you to explore, I fear. Huh? Aren't you coming with us? Sorry, but Matriarch Babel only asked me to open the way for you. You'll have to embark on the rest of the road yourself. Oh no, you're leaving? I trust that you can protect your friends, right, Jet? Oh, stop with that, you. What are you, my dad? I know, stay safe while you're heading back, you hear me? Of course. Traveler, take care of Jet as well. Huh? Why is Azariq just up and leaving on us like that? Isn't he gonna go deeper into the ruins with us? He's gone as deep as he wants to go, I think. These ruins are cursed, taboo place to us Tanit, and the tribe's quite sensitive about that sort of thing. But since I count as half outsider, I've got no qualms about going further. And anyway, you can't expect me to let you guys down. And you did ask us to help you find this oasis thingamajiggy anyway, right? We're with you to that. We're with you to the end. Ah, thanks. Well, let's go. Yep, don't worry. I'll watch your back for sure. Okay, I want to go get this. Yes, I know, I see it. But thank you. Wait, is there a waypoint out here somewhere? I know there's ones inside the temple. Maybe I should see if there's one inside of here first. Not that it's far, but... Because if there's one in here, then... But that says that there's one up top. So I don't know. Oh no. Sorry. Well, there's a viewpoint. Wow. Pretty. Let me just look at the map for a second. It doesn't appear that there's any more underground. I guess let's just see what this does. Hey, why did you stop us? The thing we're looking for is just up ahead. Shh. What is it? Look behind you. We're not alone. Oops. Well, let's get rid of that then.
Emerge right here, right now.
This is the thing from the other quest we did, right? So now is it just... Now will there be 2 spots where you can deal with this? I barely even go to the other one. Unfortunately for me, I've put my world level back to where it's supposed to be. Okay, stop.
Right here, right now.
Leave me alone, please. Alright, hang on. Revive you. Eat. And eat. Okay. Use Electro to hit the component as it's recovering to trigger a catalyst reaction. Where? Oh. I already did. Never mind.
I'm always watching. Right here. Emerge.
go down already. Only just got halfway.
Right now, emerge.
Time to go.
Get rid of all of this junk then.
Right here. Emerge.
Not gonna lie though, kind of boring.
Right here. Emerge.
You're not ready yet.
Right here. Right now.
Can't see.
Let's just use this to try and get rid of all this stuff.
Right here. Right now.
Yes, I know, I know. We've done this before.
Perform at the forest.
Set to behold. Emerge. Right now.
There we go. Get out of here. Thank you. Do I get anything? No. Well, let's keep going then. Ooh, what that? Touch. Oh. That doesn't seem good. There's an opening though. Oh no. The tree's dead. That's sad. Wow, the plants here have all withered. That doesn't look good. No doubt, no doubt. And who shall we blame for that? Ah, traveler, look! The bottle can talk! You obstreperous oaf. Where did you get that active yet actively useless tongue of yours, I wonder? Eek! Are you the mother of the Jinn? Jinn? Why, yes, I do count as one. Mother? Well, if it does not displease you, I have been such before. But mother of the Jinn, do those desert Philistines wish to cajole me to laughter? I fear that this joke fails to amuse. It falls far short, in fact. We have come on behalf of the Tanit tribe to see you, to ask that you show forth your great might and aid us in finding the place where Nabu Malikada slumbers. Ah, so it is one of the desert folk. I like you, girl. You know the rules, and your manner of speech tickles me. Yes, you do amuse me. But step aside for a moment. I shall have words with your lord only. Huh? The scent of unknown spices from afar, a servant girl of the desert kin, and a flying pet. You must be a princess in exile, are you not? I'm not. Lilupar. Call me Lilupar. Lilupar. Wait a moment, you're the one from the books. Speak not out of turn before your liege, sand-licking lackey. She's my friend. That felt like it's a racial slur. I didn't like saying that. That's right, Jet isn't a lackey, you're too much. Ah, is that so? Oh, the tedium. If my soul were not sundered into many parts, unable to muster sufficient strength, I could shift into any number of shapes that might please you. A dancing girl, a lovely youth, an arhat or a yaksha, or a lovely beast of those races that died out under the moon's light. I have been them all, and played all their parts, all for my lord's pleasure. Your lord? A lord I was willing to entrust my true name to. Yes, I did once have such a master, and today I seem to have encountered his shadow. You mean, wait a moment. What's wrong, Jet? She means that, well, Jin makes contracts with humans by giving them their true name. That name can be used to control the Jin as one wills. Huh, a learned desert dweller? Your servant girl is quite the rare find. But those who strike such pacts will eventually suffer the fearful vengeance of the Jin, for the Jin are a race that hates humanity. Ha, hate, you say? Such a strong word. Wait, so what Jet said is wrong? Look at it this way. Would you hate a poisonous insect or a toad? And her name is Lilupar, which is the exact same name as the wicked spirit who drowned Ormazd, the mortal king of Gurabad, and his entire household in honey. The history of Gurabad thereafter has been shrouded in dark secrets. Well, that's what I read anyway. But I don't get it. Is the one Babel looking for really such a dangerous figure? Oh, a mighty interesting story that is. Is that how I am portrayed in your legends then? Are you worried that in making a contract with me, your lord friend shall come to harm? But do you not wish to reach the place where Nabu Malikata slumbers? Hee hee hee, I shall not aid you, girl, or your matriarch. I have no interest in your games of governance, nor shall I take part in your schemes, but your friend I shall serve, and give my true name. But why are you willing to give Traveler your true name, then? You must have a reason for that. Why, because I like her. Huh? Well, Traveler is plenty likable, sure. Is it so strange? I like her for her scent, and also for her choice in servants and pets. Yes, such taste truly is fitting of a princess. All right, I shan't speak more than I should. Come, your highness, are you ready? Servants and pets? Wait, do you mean Jet and Paimon? Ah, you're so rude. Paimon thinks you're right, Jet. There's definitely something fishy with this thing. Let's just throw it away and... Traveler, I get the feeling that we should... For a friend, this is a trivial risk. But you... No, never mind. This is your decision? Ah, you are so very cute. Well then, your highness, place me by your ear and allow me to tell you my true name. Traveler, don't worry about me. If you say so, do as Lilapar says. You place the magic bottle next to your ear, you hear a soft chuckle, and then someone whispers something of unspeakable elegance and gentleness into that ear. You are told of things as unknowable as the night wind, but you understand every last word nonetheless. Then the voice fades, and you feel something cold on your auricle, like a viper's kiss. And with that we are bound. I shall defend you, my master, from the encroachment of the desert, the searing winds, pestilence, and schemes, and you shall rest safe in the shadow of my wings. So, is this bottle going to start floating around you too? Unfortunately, yes. Great, we've got the Ginny, so let's go. We've spent too much time here already. I see a new path in the back. Traveler, let's head that way. How did that... Don't know, don't care. You coming? Jet seems angry all of a sudden. It is to be expected of a girl who has yet to become a mother, I fear. What does that even... I don't know. Ginny in the magic bottle. Lilupar can increase visibility within a sandstorm and can predict the coming of such weather. Okay. Which way am I going? This way? See, I said I was going to be done, and then I got distracted by something else again. We'll come back for all that stuff another time. Continue onward. I'm just trying to get to a waypoint, maybe. I'll take this, and I'll take that. Do I have to go through here? No? Where am I going? Do I have to fight these? Maybe it wants me to get rid of these. What? No. Am I supposed to use the bottle? Hold on. Let's collect these two while I'm here. Will you tell me what I'm supposed to do? Oh. I was about to say, am I stupid? And the answer is, I guess, yes. Ah, Jet and our guests. So you are here after all. After all? You trying to get familiar with us? We're pretty busy over here, so you'd better have a good reason to stop us. No, well, I was sent by Matriarch Babel with a message for you, Jet. She has something urgent to discuss and would like you to, return to the campsite first. This, that, what's got your tongue? Do you need me to shorten it for you? Did she say something else? She'd like to speak with you alone. So sorry, I didn't know you were in a bad mood. A bad mood? Nonsense, I've never been better. You know, what with having found the mother of Jin and all, which I'll be telling the matriarch, of course. I'm more than pleased, and so will she be, I bet. And so will her master to have a nice new servant, wouldn't you say, traveler? Matriarch Babel has business with me, so I'll take my leave now. My deepest apologies for not serving you to the end, Princess Traveler. All right, let's go see the matriarch. Sure, as for you, honored guest, just follow this canyon and you'll reach our camp soon enough. What is it? Not much. I just thought that this child is quite interesting, that's all. Really, though, she's got quite the temper. She isn't, jealous of a bottle, is she? You mean to say that she takes a bottle for her yardstick? Ah, perhaps. Regardless, she is a good child, trustworthy, if a little foolish. Stop talking about her like that. She's our friend. Ah, see, I like you more already, my master. Coming from you, that's kind of scary. Ooh, a Sealy. Was I supposed to go the other way? Or is this just another direction? Come on. Oh, I found something. Pathfinder's Log 4. If Tarafa were writing this, I suppose he might say this. You who come after us. We are the descendants of Alamar. We are those who are fated to follow in the footsteps of the king of the Crimson Sands. But the prosperous past is too far gone, and there are many now whose faith wavers, just like Tarafa. He betrayed us and took us for fools all the while. Umura, Bahadin, and Rabid, all dead due to his meddling. My own death I faked a few days prior to avoid his scrutiny, and I then struck first before he could attack Samael. This stone slate, it was the matriarch of Tanit's ploy all along. It is likely, then, that there is no treasure to be found within Gorobod's corpse at all. We were deceived. Perhaps our journey really was accursed, just as Tarafa claimed, and our curse was Tarafa, and the mother he trusted in. Samael says that this keystone might be real, but I doubt it. Whatever the case may be, it is now worthless to us. So let it lie here, and you who come after, hear me now. May you escape being deceived by those you trust. Jabrail. Huh? Someone left notes here. Wait, Jabrail left these notes. Jabrail, that name sounds familiar. Hey, isn't that? It's Jeff's father. Looks like Jabrail and Samael were still friendly at that time. They were from the same tribe after all. Maybe they came here together. Is the stone slate they left on the side of the road actually the keystone from the records? Well, we'll take it. Paimon's really not sure how this thing might work. Hey, traveler, do you have any idea what it can do? It's the stone slate. The symbol on the slate is lighting up. Oh. Right after activating the symbol on the slate, the keystone turns into sand and disappears. Whoa, the keystone suddenly turned into sand. Paimon didn't see that coming. Looks like the keystone and the slate are related. Paimon never thought we'd find new clues about the slate here. We should go tell Tirzad when we have time. Okay. Well, that was interesting. So obviously some funny business is going on. Oh, where did you go? Here you go. Have a good rest, Seely.
I suppose this will do.
Oh, it's an alligator. No, not the alligators. Jeez.
Happy to oblige.
I don't even know where I was supposed to be going.
The jungle.
Oh, there's a thing over there. Can you please leave me alone? I think I'm going the complete wrong way. Maybe? I'm honestly not sure. But we'll get this. And this. And some fish. Oh, I guess I was supposed to go this way. Oh, it's the girl!
Care for a dance?
I like her.
Emerge. Right now.
To the witness.
I like how she was just hanging out with the fun guy.
Emerge. Right here.
Dance with me!
Emerge.
What if I don't want to?
Be a good audience, won't you?
Oh, she has a snaky snake. What do you give out? Oh, we give out the same things.
Who says there aren't
Okay.
benefits to a life of wandering?
Let's go this way. Wait but a moment, my master. Something is amiss up ahead. Do we really want to pass this way then? It matters not. This is the path we must take in any case. Is there danger up ahead? I am sure, my master, that you too are able to sense the wicked intent ahead. But if we might discover who it is that ambushes us, we might yet turn the tables on them. Things may indeed be perilous ahead, but you, O master mine, are the one to whom I have entrusted my fate. I shall go forth with you, and we shall face any obstacles together. Just relax. Traveler's super strong, and no matter what, she'll still have Paimon, right? Hark, what did I say? Prepare yourself, master. Hey, you guys, aren't you Jet's buddies? Hey, come on, don't scare Paimon here. Why aren't they replying? Well, if this is what it comes to, do not forget to leave one alive, master. We may follow that one's flight to find his allies and servants, and thus destroy the nest in one fell swoop.
Right now.
Everything's easier when we're in water, though, because then I can just use Electro. Goodbye. Track your foe by following the footprints. I don't know what footprints, but it's telling me to go this way. Why can't I? I don't want to change characters. Just to light these, but it looks like I might have to. Okay then. If that's what we're gonna have to do. I just wanted to get out of this canyon.
Outrider Amber, reporting.
I haven't had you on the team in a while. Oh, too far. Hello? Thank you.
Another target. Brought down by Outrider Amber.
Put you back because I like you. Okay, we continue. Oop, there's a letter. Or a clue. May this be testimony that we have provided the material support required for this ambush and robbery. As a token of friendship, the gifts shall be sent via specially arranged Sumpter Beast caravan. The Tanit tribe sends respectful greetings to the Afia tribe. May peace follow you, and may spices fill your storehouses. Wait a second. The Tanit tribe? That's Jet's tribe. And that means, were these guys hired by them? Oh, so the desert people have learned to use books to keep records? Well, I suppose my awakening has given rise to fresh sights after all. But what were they intending to do here anyway? Who knows? Most importantly, they were our foes. Well, since we have found one part of a paper trail, we might as well search their encampment. There, I believe, we shall find more clues. How do you know that's definitely the case? Toads do not lay one egg at a time, and centipedes and scorpions huddle together in the damp shade. Ah, you and your creepy analogies again. Hello, little wolf, how are you? Whatever the case may be, we no longer need any of them in one piece. Let us proceed to the next encampment. Okay, so you showed me something up there. So let's check this out. Oh, no, it's just a book page. What's over here, though? Pathfinder's Log 5. You who come after us. She tricked me. The keystone is real. No wonder Jabrail and Samael believed it so strongly. That great engineer really did leave traces here, just as we read from those ancient glyphs. I thought that they were lies meant to obscure history, but now the place they described is here before our eyes. This is the third place of worship. Gurabad's secret treasure must be hidden here. But this keystone is not sufficient. There must be something else. There must be some other method to open the great gate of Gurabad. As long as we can find our way inside, we can obtain the treasure. Then this expedition would not have been in vain. But then what was I even doing? Tarafa. I don't feel like fighting you. I don't think it's necessary. Some things over here, though. Why not? Oh, I should read it. I was gonna say, maybe I won't read it then, but... Pathfinder's Log 4. You who come after us. If there was a prayer in praise of the night, then I would sing its fourth strain in memory of this misfortune. For Jabrail who lost his footing, how could one conceive the passing of a cloud or the death of the blowing wind? How might one mark a grain of sand falling into the desert or a droplet disappearing into water? I believe Jabrail would be the last. He should have been the last, but who can say? Perhaps the many mishaps broke him unexpectedly. Jabrail, so agile and swift, to think that he would fall off the side of the ruins on the gorge. Unexpected indeed. Now, I and Samael are the only ones left. Yes, we are the last of this little exploration team. This journey is cursed, but no matter. Soon it shall reach its end. Yes, soon. Oh, mysterious meat. Give me that. Do I want to eat mysterious meat? I don't know. Hi. Just visiting. Oh. Alright then. Goodbye. Oh, I thought I got him. Okay, now goodbye. Oh, do I have to get down there to do this one? That's something I'll just come back to. Okay, investigate. Make camp upon reaching your destination and seal the canyon to outsiders. Only members of the Tanit and the following tribes may pass. If you discover any who carry a ginny bottle with them, take it. The bounty will be split as agreed. Huh, so they intentionally didn't go for Jet then. How interesting. Now, my master, we need not be hasty. Let us clear the camp first. Oh, they're back. Whoops. Don't want to climb that. I want the sparklies. Hello? Oh my gosh. There we go. Right, bye! Oh, it's because they're... Come on, forget I'm here. Can you just go away, please? Fine, if that's the way you're gonna be. I was planning on ignoring you, but... You decided. My day's going well so far. I planned to end this sooner, but I got distracted. Pathfinder's Log 3. You who come after us. If there was a prayer in praise of the night, then I would sing its third strain in memory of the poisoned. For Rabid, who shall not wake again. Woe unto those spiked tails, those sand dunes that nurture malice. They drag across your throat in your mournful sleep, and thus shall you never again walk under the sun. Rabid was set upon in his sleep by a scorpion. It was an agonizing torture beyond words. The venom caused his breathing to weaken, to which the scratching about his throat was testament. I said that this was a cursed journey and that we should return. But even the deaths of several comrades cannot stop these people. They have been ensnared by this keystone. It has sucked the light from their path, so they cannot see. You who come after us, if you have read till here, turn back, I bid you swiftly. Tarafa. Oh, there's a thing here. Excuse me. I'll take that.
Sucker for a punch, huh?
That's close enough.
Oh, it's supposed to be down here.
Just following orders.
Excuse me.
Happy to oblige.
Right now. Right here.
Okay.
Emerge.
No, don't climb the walls.
Let's nip that in the butt.
Oh, that was easy. I thought I would need to do more.
Better than nothing.
Okay. What else do you want me to do? Exactly. I don't really understand what you want. That's where I just was. I don't think I'm where I'm supposed to be. Oh, I am.
Following orders.
Alright. Get out of here.
Right now. Right here.
Goodbye. Get lost. Oh, there's some up there. I hide in the tent. Maybe they'll forget I'm here. Oh, seriously, who's coming after me? Oh, he's back.
Right now. Right here. Emerge.
There's a couple others who can see me for some reason. There we go. Investigate. The outland traveler may be identified by their golden-haired eyes, strange foreign clothing, and a small floating fairy by their side. If they have obtained a jinni, take it from them, and if they have yet to, then dispose of them. Contact Aderfi. So it was Aderfi. Someone you know then? My master, if I may, I would advise you to review your choice of friends. We had an old saying for this ilk. The only loyal desert dweller is one whose shoulders have been pierced by iron loops. We should be rid of all of them now. Let us return. Well, that's rude. Okay. Leave the canyon. Don't need to tell me twice. Goodbye. Goodbye. I'm leaving the canyon. Return to the tribal settlement and report to Babel. Yes, but first there's a waypoint. Up there? Up there. Okay, I think this is where I'm gonna end it. I found my waypoint. Plus it wants me to return to the camp after. Alright. So tomorrow we will do what has to be done for Lantern Rite. And then we'll come back to this quest. Oh, thank you, Little Wolf, for following. If you are viewing this on YouTube afterwards, if you could like and subscribe, that is very helpful. You can find all of my links in the description, like my link tree. And that will take you to Twitter or to Twitch, where you can follow there and see when I am going live, because I don't have a set streaming schedule. So if you follow, that's the best way to know when I go live. All right, thank you, and I hopefully